Speaking of
timing, divine order.
Oh, fantasy? Damn.
But what was the 12-inch with it had the big shit on it, and it had the shit they rocked when they rocked the Ballad of Dorothy Parker.
You talking about with the fucking phase 2 cover?
Did I have we talking about Daylight had a phase 2 cover?
It was you talking about
The business was on the B side, or the actual business was the.
All that shit that fucking Brad used to play like.
Yeah, and it had that they rocked the door. It had that.
No, those are two different ones.
It's not that. It was a clear record, but it's not that one. It may have had
cover is a phase 2 cover.
It had a couple of remixes on it, and it had that. Man, I can't think of the song, but it's the song where they sampled. I know they sampled that Prince shit. The Ballad of Dorothy Parker.
Trying to think what that was.
This Daylight?
Yeah.
Daylight. Yeah, Biz was on there.
I can't remember what that was.
Yeah, it's phase 2 did the cover. I still remember that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You know, it looked like it looked like an old flyer, right?
It may have, yeah. It did. Yeah. That was like 1,000 blunts ago.
Went away.
Smoked that. Mama, smoked that memory.
Speaking of blunts, you going to that the fest? The weed
The
fest?
one you said?
Yeah.
Where is that?
Mundaline. They trying to get it away from niggas.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know.
So
What county is that in?
Yeah, it's out there. It's Daylight and Damian Marley. Yeah, it's out that way. Yep.
And Damian Marley, huh?
Yep.
Oh, what?
On Saturday.
This weekend?
No, that's in September.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So it's some weed fest that's out there. And then on Sunday they got Dark Star Orchestra and Humphreys McGee.
Some good shit, man. I do not have this French cat, and I don't think I've ever even seen it. Peru.
Yeah, you got it over here. You could turn them on.
We got Bernard Purdy on it. I just want the
All right,
data. I don't know who to watch this is.
For the aesthetics, for atmosphere.
The dude that just Hill Street Blues.
Who?
The dude that broke Hill Street Blues, Jim Poe. His last name was Poe.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask you, but, you know.
Charles Earl.
Should have asked for some rum. Rum-pa-pum-bum.
All right, y'all, we live.
We're live.
Whoop, 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 whoop. So, thanks for joining us, Race and J2.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're quite welcome.
It's all
Glad to be
good,
here.
man. It's all good.
You hit that shit on the head, huh? It was. Who said ego trip?
You see it?
I think this is it.
No,
It's lovely how I let my mind flow. That's the ego trip, and this is
That is.
so that's Ego Trip, not the business.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So that was Balloon Monster.
Yeah, that was a different album.
Yeah.
The Previoso.
Open up in disguise and see if you can get beat over the head.
Yeah, you gonna get it for
It's like 13 for the,
13 GPS?
No, $13
Okay.
on there. That's probably with no jacket.
Right.
Right.
It's a grade C.
That ain't bad.
That's a decent price.
That's a decent price.
Yeah, this late after it came out, yeah, that ain't good.
Nah.
What the hell going on over here, y'all?
I tried to buy that motherfucking. I've been looking for that Black Sheep album.
Oh, the
Which
original?
one?
The
First one?
Yeah.
Wolf in Sheep's Clothing?
Yeah, that motherfucker is not under $100 anywhere.
No, because that's a.
And I don't think that there might be I think I seen a repress.
Yeah.
Somewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be lying if I remember exactly where that
Yeah,
pile
them
is.
probably-
Right.
I didn't even look up the 12 inches. I know they going.
Probably be easier to find in the album, though.
Yeah, probably.
A little cheaper. They was doing it real dirty with how they was how they was parsing out that music. And most of that shit was coming out on tape.
Mm-hmm.
Tape and CD.
CD. I got a lot of CDs. I got 1,000 CDs.
Yeah, you got that Similac over here. Similac child.
Ooh, let me see that. Mm-hmm. With the blurred out tip.
No
Blurred out tip.
Blurred out tip.
That was a pixelated Japan.
Like you ain't pay for Cinemax picture.
Right, the Skinemax.
The Skinemax.
Skinemax.
Before
Like,
you pay,
with the squiggly line.
you in the hotel like that, you got to pay for that.
Yeah, you gotta pay for that.
Promotional copy.
Commercial, yeah.
Commotional.
Commercial?
Talk about that young promotion.
That commotional.
They with that computer and that music.
Hell no.
That computer and that
computer.
Because
So how did y'all two
you
link
over there
up?
being Pacific.
How did you two link up? Like in regards to just building from the start? Third grade, word.
Third grade.
Okay.
Oh, that's crazy.
Okay.
And we lived on the same street, but not on the same block. One block
from each
from
other.
each other. I stayed on 67. He stayed on 68.
Uh-huh.
And then in third grade, I left. I used to go to St. Clotilde over there in what is that area? I guess Chatham, right?
Yeah.
On like 80,
67, yeah.
84,
Oh, yeah.
84th in Calumet. And I started going to I started going to St. Thomas. And then from there, we've been friends ever since.
That's dope.
I think the band maybe.
Yeah, I think we was
both in band.
Yeah, we were both in
Both playing saxophone.
In school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
band, Mr. Hunt.
Yep,
Uh-huh.
Mr. Hunt.
Yeah, that's crazy. You remember the name too.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey man, he could play that trumpet, bro. I would say he was very instrumental in
Early musical.
probably tuning our ears, and we didn't know.
That's
you know
what's
what
up.
I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because he definitely had us in there, like, doing scales, working. We wanted to. I know I wanted to play like more contemporary stuff, but he kind of had us in there messing around with some of the classics, the Sound of Music and
Oh, that's dope.
Jingle Bells and
Got to start with the basics.
I mean,
Yeah, pretty much.
we were both altar boys.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we both played.
I think I might have did one church service.
Yeah, you bailed.
Yeah,
I was like, this is
it's pretty weird.
very weird.
It's pretty weird being in there like 7 in the morning and you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Like, what's going on with that?
you know what I'm
But
saying?
yeah, we first met in third grade. And I don't know, man, I guess like around 5th or 6th grade, started getting more into kind of I don't know, man. Like, start messing around with the music on the turntable.
Okay.
That's when it hit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So y'all kind of did that together.
Right.
Well, we definitely so you got to think the first records we really started getting was the records out of the collections that was already in each of our homes.
Exactly.
Of course, right. Your
So
parents'
he was
records.
He was getting his auntie's records.
Yeah.
And I was definitely messing around with my old man's records. My old man had mismatched turntables, but he had a mixer.
Okay.
So it was already kind of. I mean, I didn't know what I was doing, but we just kind of started, man, and then threw a couple of little parties.
Okay.
So
What kind of party?
Now, at what point was that?
Yeah, what kind of party?
Man, listen.
It's like,
So it was part jacking, like houses big.
House-
Yeah, house is
jack
on
your
it.
body.
Yeah, so this has got to be like around 84.
Okay.
I had a cousin. I had a cousin
Jacking up.
named Steph. from Evanston who was just raw at like everything.
Yeah.
And he was one of the first people I actually saw in front of me DJing. He was raw at drawing. He could play, you know, the instruments or whatever. So he would come DJ the parties.
Word.
And we was just really trying to. It was all about, man, the slow dance part of the party. No matter what happened.
That's the goal. You gotta get.
No matter what happened before or after that, you want to get off like them DeBarge joints, maybe like Sid for Me or something like that. But it was really like, I think I like it. That was the thing.
Yeah.
And so you try, you know, whoever you was feeling, that's when you try and grind up on them. And then
Hey, see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Show me yours, I'll show you mine.
you might ask them if they'll go with you and shit. You know? That was kind of the start. But
mating rituals.
Mating rituals.
I mean, you know, we was all, what, maybe 6th grade?
Right,
Yeah,
that's
it was probably, you know, like that middle school time where,
So that's 84.
yeah, where it kind of all came together. You know, we was into a lot. Break
dancing, graffiti,
graffiti.
Everything was hitting around that time. Yeah.
At one time.
That's how I hit,
It was like 1 week we started with this, and then but the graph part of it, we started getting turned on to that even earlier than the other stuff, because I mean, you got B Street.
Man, we spent the whole summer watching that movie.
B Street,
that's
and Style Wars, and Subway Art,
all
that shit at the same time.
Right.
God damn. So what's your craziest graffiti excursion?
Statute of limitations.
Graffiti, nigga, what they gonna do? They got better things to do. Come here, you face that wall.
He probably got more stories than me on that. I do remember like young and like.
We got popped a lot of times.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember us being in the yard one time and
just
we
holding.
were like running and hiding, and I looked over and he was like squatted down. He had his hands on the 3rd rail, and I'm like, bro,
The fuck?
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, you was wild.
No. It was just it was a mistake.
Just no train was
What was
nearby.
wrong?
no, we was running.
But you
No, we ducking. You know what I'm saying? We doing a lot of ducking and dodging.
So you at that point is dark,
like,
you ain't thinking
squatted
about it.
down,
Yeah.
Right, as
trying
far
to
as
get
I
your
know,
bearings.
Right.
on the track.
Take
Yeah,
your
you
hands
got
off.
you got the 3rd
Please do
and the other.
So
But for it to work, you got to be kind of laying across all.
Yeah, you got to be touching the
You gotta
track
be touching
and
that
that one.
and
So he
something
was just touching it.
Luckily.
Oh, okay.
No, that was kind of wild.
That probably would be for me like
You was looking like
standout memory.
St. B Street.
And I remember we went and did a piece right over by the harbor by La Rabida, and it was cold. That part, the piece, so we get it was a long piece. It said devastate.
nice.
Yeah, it's a big, like,
Yeah,
it's a big
that's a loud
idea.
word.
Devastated.
I always heard you're only supposed to tag with 5 words or
Man,
less.
Hell no, they had Decepticons.
Yeah, they had-
You know,
well, I mean-
we was figuring it all out, and
He said,
man,
caught.
it was cold. I had on gloves, but my glove got covered in paint.
Okay.
So by the end of the night, man,
It was stiff.
frostbite.
Yeah.
And so I get to the crib, my finger is black, but it ain't from frostbite, it's from
The
paint.
paint.
But you don't know.
When my old man sees it, he's like, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, you been out there fucking around? I'm like, hey, yeah, but about, a little bit of pain.
Right.
But I mean, it turned out all right. I still got problems with the finger to this day.
Didn't that nail fall off?
The whole finger, all the skin, the nail, all of it.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So you really got frostbite.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, he got frostbite.
Oh, no, it was legit. It was legit. But
You get
I
whooping that night?
huh?
You get whooping that night?
He said,
I don't think so, man.
This nigga didn't get whooped. It's a story. You tell a story.
Because he gonna tell it.
Right, yeah.
Because I know.
No, he put fist to ass. He wasn't no belt. He was going.
I do get.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
man.
was. He beat me so bad one time. This
He
nigga
hit it.
started
I was
crying.
there one time.
He said, yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you said.
He was like, I ain't gonna beat your ass. I like shit. I took that shit.
But definitely, I
You
feel
know,
like
you seen your
there's
friends
some
get
other-
whooped before. You had to feel that hard, or your brother or something.
Yeah, you watching that,
Yeah.
and you thinking about your
Damn, I
own.
know that hurt,
Yeah,
man. I know that hurt. But I think I probably got I did a lot of crazy shit. I did a lot of crazy shit on the train.
Yeah.
Playing baseball on the train is something I'm not particularly proud of.
Baseball.
What do you mean playing baseball on the train? On the
Man.
inside or outside?
Outside.
While it's moving?
Nah.
This is bad.
Nah,
This is bad.
I don't think
How
y'all
you
understand
play
what
baseball?
baseball is.
Oh,
You
Yeah,
would find
yeah,
a newspaper and you roll it up and you hang out the conductor's window, and then
You
the
popping
train was
people.
pulling out the station.
So
yeah,
it's
you
a real,
popping people.
it's a real shame.
it's just a friendly game of baseball.
Yeah,
That's some crazy shit. That's some crazy shit.
it's fucked up. It's fucked up. In retrospect, yeah, that was some dirty shit. That was some dirty
Hey,
shit.
but
Yeah,
kids, that shit probably was fun as hell.
Yeah.
We used to walk
Yeah.
down on Michigan Avenue with the fork in our hand, like so that when they bump us, stab them, jib them right in their thighs.
So that's
Where you from? You stabbing niggas with forks?
Yeah, I had some anger, man.
I think I can say the same, but definitely had some issues there. But I had a lot of fun though. Doing
Right.
a draft, met a bunch of people. Not the most not the group of people you want to stay friends with forever. It was you know,
The
these were some
graffiti
people-
scavengers?
If I thought I was messed up, I ain't had shit on a lot of these cats I was running into.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Because a lot of them was, you know, like group home kids. These were some real, a lot of them went on to do some major type of crime.
Right. Okay.
And I wasn't that type of criminal. I was a petty criminal compared to that shit.
Yeah.
So, but draft was fun. I mean, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. Draft.
Statute of limitations. See?
I believe in that.
We some good folk.
Yeah, I believe in
Yeah.
that.
I mean, Heckle.
Uncle Heck was cool. Rest in peace.
Okay.
Rest in
Reco.
peace to Uncle Heckle.
That's
Reveal.
X-Men, right?
Yeah. Heck was one of the first. Met Heck early in the game because he used to say over east.
Uh-huh.
And the bus line don't even exist no more. 27 South there.
Yeah.
Oh
He was
shit.
on the 27.
I thought it was just a 28.
No, man, the 27 South there went from like 630 University to 67, down 67th, then down South Shore Drive, then it went over east. But I remember meeting him. Reveal was one of the guys.
Mhm.
Slang, I still, you know, me and Slang,
Slang.
we still tight.
Shout out
Trickster.
to
Trick,
Still
Orko.
tight.
Shout out to
Orko.
Orko.
Rest
Yeah.
in peace to him.
That's a dope name. I always wanted.
Yeah,
Orko?
Ork was a beast. Ork was definitely a beast. Yeah, it was
He was with us. I'm trying to think of the nigga name. Not Pain. Gas.
You want to switch the
Risky.
tables?
Risky.
Risky Fresh.
Risky.
Want to
Fresh.
switch the tables?
Risky was
So
with us.
Risky is actually one of my.
Okay.
I say if I had a graph mentor, he was probably.
Yeah, Risky.
He was probably.
Risky.
it.
We used to run around with Risky. a
And
lot.
Risky was so it's a wrist, it's a white wrist, and it was Risky Fresh.
Yeah.
White Risk is still around. He's a painter, artist.
Okay.
But Risky Fresh was from like maybe Inglewood or something like that. But he was definitely older than us.
Mm.
But he was definitely a cat that I felt safe with, out running around in the mid '80s
He had your
in
back.
Chicago.
Mm.
Yeah, because you needed them kind of cats. Because there was
Yeah.
some older cats that'd be with you, but they was softer than baby shit.
Oh.
And so you'd rather not have them with you.
Yeah.
I seen one of them niggas the other day. Right? And he didn't know it was me, but just kept it moving. I'm like, I ain't saying shit to this dude.
Mirage.
Who else would I say? I wouldn't say we went out bombing with Upski.
I did.
You did,
You did?
right?
I did.
I went to. Funny enough, I met him outside of that. I went to Mac Willie's with him. Mac Willie's was like was day camp. And it was at summer camp at the lab school.
Oh.
So
I forgot about that.
yeah, I went to summer camp at the lab school. So that's how I actually met.
Upski.
I actually didn't know him as Upski. I knew him as Billy Wimsack. You know what I'm
Billy
saying?
Wimsack. Wimsack? What?
Yeah. I mean, you know, yeah, I went to, it was
AKA
a couple of
Upski,
people
nigga.
went through there. You know, Jason Burrell, Tom Burrell's son from Burrell Communications.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You
I'm
know what
thinking it
I'm
was
saying? I
already.
went to summer camp with him. You know, I'm trying to think who else went there. Seth went there. I can't think of Seth's last name. And what's the
I didn't even turn it on. Oh, that's because you're
Al.
holding this. That's why.
Oh, yeah, he used to write.
Yeah, Allen used to write.
He wound up getting off into that cocaine at an early age.
Yeah.
How early?
Like, you talking like high school. A lot of these
Oh,
cats
wow.
was fully into the coke, man.
Yeah. Like,
And that was just some wild shit to
Oh,
me.
word,
I'm
word.
like, I'm good,
You
man.
black?
No.
Oh.
we did know some young black cokeheads.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, the white people I know was the first.
Oh,
They was the
yeah?
first ones
You
on
say
that.
like,
Oh yeah, going to parochial school, you probably gonna run
Yeah, I
into
said
that.
it. But nah, it's still.
Definitely, when I got to St. Ignatius, it was like a lot of people doing cocaine. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
that's crazy.
It is. Well,
That's nuts.
You know what I'm saying? It was teachers.
That's teaching. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like kids.
Kids too though.
Kids.
Kids,
Are
teachers.
y'all bumping lines, nigga?
It's a rich drug, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I put on my Paul Smith and go sniff a line.
all right. Okay.
That's some real shit.
That's a throwback line right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Sophisticated.
Right.
For the sophisticated,
Paul,
sophisticated, you know
Paul
what I'm saying?
Smith from Genera.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So, from graffiti to music, DJing, and MCing now, J2, did you ever have bars?
You ever spit?
Did you ever spit?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Right there.
Hey, but see, but don't pull that out there. We have to preface this thing.
All right.
That might be later in the.
No, this is
Yeah.
absolutely later because I can't even say what I'm gonna say without revealing a big secret. I'm not quite ready to reveal my part of the thing.
Understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say this. Me rapping had a lot more to do with hanging out with him. So, in around like maybe 90. No, when I get back to Chicago, I come back to Chicago in 95. He rapping way before that. When I came back to Chicago from school, he brought his sample to my house.
Which was, what you remember?
Anyway.
The emulator, the EMU emulator.
Oh, the EMU.
But
Yeah.
What had on the Cosby Show.
Yeah, he was playing with Vito.
I had that joint. I told it to Kanani.
Wow.
Shit.
He brings it over to the house. So, we over there, he's making beats and, we got mics and you get to testing it out. I'm in here too. And so my whole thought process is I got to keep up with him. I don't want to sound ass.
Right.
At this
Ready to
point,
eat you up.
well, at this point, he had already recorded that late show shit.
Okay.
So he was already.
He did some work.
Right.
So, and just practice. So occasionally I hop out there on some shit. So I will say this, so I am on that record.
Okay.
I
And
am
that's
on
the
that
South
record.
Loops.
Oh,
I
just
am
wait,
on
just
that
wait.
record,
Yeah,
but
just
it's
wait.
under another name.
Yeah, just wait. You'll see it.
He
You'll
on
see it.
he's
You'll
on,
see it immediately.
He's on the Flash, that Flash tape.
Oh,
Yeah, I am.
He's
I am
on there.
I am
He's
on
on
there.
there.
I am.
yeah,
on there.
immediately.
So that's the first time that anybody who recorded me publicly saying that I'm actually on it.
Yeah.
A couple of people have heard it and be like, "Hey man,
Yeah. I know where you at. I figured it out.
who is so and so?" I'm like,
I'm the
"Man, I
rap
don't know what
Batman,
you
nigga. I'm
talking about,
trying
man."
you.
Crazy, right?
Shitty little asses.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So,
It's two, he on 2 joints on there actually.
but yeah, so
Do you like rhyming?
dude, I don't necessarily like the process of recording raps.
Yeah.
But I enjoy making words rhyme, saying slick shit.
See, that's the key right there. There it is.
That is the key.
That's
Got that attitude,
Like,
you
if you
good.
can
Yeah.
talk and do it, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And if you can do it to music, it's
and rhyme
even
too.
better.
Yeah.
So I do enjoy playing with language, man. And I was actually a linguistic major for about a semester.
That's what I was
Uh-oh.
gonna say. I was gonna
For-
say
for
this dude to me is probably one of just like his command of the English language, like just the words he'll just. I've definitely had conversations with him and left like, man, I gotta go look at that word.
Ah, there you go.
Put a pin on that word real
I
quick.
kind of caught it. In
You just
context.
nod your head.
Yeah, later I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta go look
Hold
that
up.
up to make sure I know,
Know the context of what he's saying.
Yeah, you know.
But it's man, it was always like you with your guys and you don't want to. It's peer pressure, but in a good way.
And that's the good peer pressure, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
it
it's
was
like
great. It was great peer pressure.
encourage that creativity. You open
Yeah.
that box up, and then off you go.
I feel like none of these things have made me worse than the other things. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's all everything. It's all a circle to me.
Yeah.
The music feeds the art feeds the writing. It's all of it.
That's dope. So, Race, you started with the Late Show?
Not really. So it was really weak. So there was a guy that stayed. We all stayed in South Shore, right? He lived on 68th Crandon. I lived on 67th and Crandon. There was a guy, and I can't say how we actually really met Odell, but it was a guy grew up with named Odell. He went to Luther South. He lived on 67th and Bennett. We were friends. He's actually how I would say how I got the name Ray.
Oh, really?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole Race Bannon.
Yeah, because we started it group. He about to start laughing. It started out as Johnny Quest.
Okay. All right.
So,
Holy shit!
yeah,
I forgot about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Haji, he was calling
he was
himself.
calling
Haji.
himself. I wasn't high.
The other dude was
No,
calling
that's
My
what
guy was and I was like, well, I ain't gonna be
Yeah, I
Johnny
had
Quest.
nothing to do with
Right, yeah,
I'm not gonna be the little. I don't want to be the doctor.
No, for sure.
Right.
I want to be
So there's
Dr.
only a
Quest.
few options
Only
here.
a few options left. Hey, dude with the white hair seemed real cool. He
Yeah.
saving everybody. You know what I'm
He
saying?
the tough, he the muscle.
Eat 'em
Yeah,
up.
he was.
So I chose that name. Then we changed the name of the group from Johnny Quest to 3 Shades Darker. And again, like he went to school with I would say he went to
This early 90s. The 3 Shades Darker sound like this. So 90s.
Like an R&B.
Yeah. 3 Shades.
Like a shade of
I would
brown.
actually-
Remember like a shade of
A
brown?
light-skinned nigga, a caramel nigga, and then chocolate.
Black, brown, yellow.
It's all right though.
All right.
I would say late 80s. I
Okay.
would say this is probably like 88.
Okay.
This is right, because 90 I went away to school.
Okay.
So I was
Okay.
still here in Chicago. And this is how I met Twilight.
80s legacy right here.
He's
So,
how I
yeah.
met Common.
Okay.
Word.
He's how I met Derek Dudley. He
Okay.
lived down the street from Derek Dudley. They on Bennett.
Come aboard,
And yeah, so then that's how I ended up. We actually were all, the late show was called RTA. It was Rapid Transit Authority. I could actually really, as well, it's gonna be the name. We was calling ourselves conductors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of it being a flow, we had a current.
Nice.
So like we had a whole.
I've never heard the full breakdown.
This is dope.
It's, you know what I'm saying? Big up, man, Twilight, you know what I'm saying? That was coming out of, you know, him and Oberon had that group 12, 13. Right, so that was kind of coming out of that, the end of that. And then we did that. Then RTA turned into The Late Show. Odell went off and did his thing. And it was like me, Twilight, and Matt, or Matt Mione. And then
Reg had something to do.
Reg was involved, and then my guy Brevet, DJ, etc. He came.
That's crazy.
I met him in Virginia after I went away to school for like 2 years. Came back.
You went to Virginia?
Yeah, I went to Hampton University.
Hampton, okay.
Yep. And
Cosby kid.
yeah. But you know that show is really based on
that.
different world. Is
Yeah,
and, like, and it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there. There was a bald-headed dude in the grill. I'm not.
Oh, for
I'm
real?
not even fucking
So
exaggerating,
this is
bro.
real
Yes. That shit is like
life.
like
life
when people online be
imitate
like,
art.
no, nigga, I was there.
Okay.
That shit is real. Now it didn't look like that, but the colors are blue and white, which is boom. Whitley was from Richmond, which was only 2 hours away.
True.
That's an hour away.
Yeah,
from Hampton.
true.
There was a grill with a bald-headed dude that cooked food in there.
Okay.
That wasn't no. This shit is.
They really took from the
wow.
Yeah, they
art
kind of.
imitating life.
Yeah, they kind of drew from that a little bit, and they, you know, they Hollywooded and splashed it up, and they did throw, I would say, some splashes of maybe some things from other HBCUs, but the core of that was based on Hampton University.
That was the importance of that shit back then, man.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, Odell was out. I had already known Rashid from grammar school. So me and him was at grammar school together for maybe a year or two. Then he popped back up once the dude went to Lucas South. And so I know I definitely met Twilight through the cat Odell. Twilight used to cut my hair. So yeah, and then through
So
all of them connections, that's how the Late Show started.
So did you work with Twilight in regards to like DJing and stuff, or?
Man, I probably, in all the time I've known Tone, we probably mixed together like 2 times.
That's usually how it go.
Yeah, he don't want none.
I mean, the next question.
There we go.
Go to death, but it's a lot of cats. They not really trying to rock with me like that.
That's
So
what
why is that? What's up with this
talk about that,
too?
then.
Yeah,
So let's talk about some history with you.
I mean, so look, man. So this is the way I see it.
Yeah.
Certain people, if it's like, if you rock with somebody who you feel is at a comparable level to you in regards to name recognition, it's okay if they give you some work.
Yeah.
Now, somebody like me, so you got like an A tier. I'm not a high Carter. I'm not a Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean?
You're not a main.
You're
not the
main card.
Okay. You right there.
But if you ever see Greg the Hammer Valentine work, he worked.
Yeah.
You're not gonna but you're gonna warm the crowd for the headline.
But he's gonna put in work, and
But it's a
nobody's really
workout.
gonna want to get in there with him
Right.
except somebody who's trying to get to the next level.
That's dope.
But anybody who's getting the A level recognition is not gonna want to go in there and get with him. He's gonna make him look like a dad.
Yeah, he gonna play you.
So this is I'm the Greg the Hammer Valentine
Nice.
of Chicago.
Okay.
DJ,
Okay.
If I can say that.
Nah, that's a good reference.
It's
a Fly Nerd reference.
I need that sound clip right there.
Yeah, we got you. I'm clipping all this shit up.
I'm the Greg Hammer Valentine of Chicago DJ.
You guys.
a lot of times I find myself, ultimately I want to make the whatever we're doing, it should be hot, right?
Mhm.
So
Right.
I see certain people have no problems working with this. But it's healthy competition, man, because if I'm hot, you should want to be hotter. But now, guess who benefits? Everybody in the spot.
Well, everyone
Right.
benefits,
So
yeah.
everybody don't look at it like that, and some people got different motivations for getting into it. I was always able to get girls without being a DJ.
So you didn't have to use that. So you didn't have to use that.
First, like, yo,
Like, that's
I was getting it before I put on the
Like, I
turntable,
ain't
bro.
have to
Don't
do
get
this.
it.
Around 10
Yeah. Nah.
At work,
Nah.
Oh
My
my God.
hands working back away. A little fine tuning, a little twist and
You ever
turn.
seen me do this on a turn?
You see me with this fader?
Right.
I'm gonna leave you
So-
faded.
But nah, man, ultimately, yeah, I'm just about, I love the music, and I'd be lying if I said that I don't like getting a response from people playing music, turning them on and new shit, rocking them, whatever. I work with anybody, as long as they're not assholes.
You one of the people that I heard from a DJ perspective that really dealt with the science of the crowd. And you
Man,
talked
I'm
about
trying.
paying
Let's get
attention to
into
like
that,
the
yeah.
dark corners
Yeah.
and seeing who not moving and saying, let me get them off the wall.
Man, when you
So
start
you
with
work-
who's feeling it first,
Yeah.
but then it's supposed to work.
It's supposed to spread, right?
That's the
the goal.
idea. You just work whoever you got. So
Yeah.
if you got 100 people and 95 ain't paying attention, but you got 5 people in the corner dancing hard as hell, I'm focused.
I'm focused on them then.
And then
Yeah, I'm gonna
hopefully-
work it
I
out.
just realized, I'm like, man, I know
Yeah.
this. I look a little different, but I'm like, wait a
Yeah,
minute.
now you see, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, I know who this is.
Yeah, down, dirty, dusty shit and all that. Yeah.
But
So do
Yeah.
you have like go-to sets or records that you already have in your
records,
head?
no set.
Records, no sets.
Yeah,
Okay.
records, no sets.
Okay.
Like I don't have no sets.
So you never play the set the same ever.
Not really.
That's dope.
Not
That's dope. That's
Not
dope.
really. I don't have no routines unless it's like routine we work.
Well, yeah, but I mean just DJing.
for partying.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
that's because every room gonna be different.
Right.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
get in there a little early.
Yeah.
You know, if you can, feel the vibe.
Yeah.
If the party starts with you, you know the first few joints is a heat check.
Mm-hmm.
See what they ready for.
Right.
There's certain joints that I'll almost always play though, like the Sister Nancy joint.
Okay.
Bam Bam, I always throw that on.
Okay.
Were you able to get her album that just came out? You did get it?
No, they just came out. No. I got the old album, which I heard go for like hundreds of dollars and stuff.
Yeah.
But
She just
She re-released it, remastered and everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cause you know, for a while she wasn't getting paid off that shit.
Nah, she got a grip now. She got a
So
handle.
she came
Good
back.
for her.
She said, "I'ma circle the block."
Right.
you know, I
I
had
want
Dropping my
Right.
bag.
I want
So you know, I had a
it.
conversation with Michael Henderson.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, and at this time, it was the cats in UK was putting out a bunch of reissues, and one of the joints was they sampled the Starship bassline.
Oh, word.
So that's Michael Henderson.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the name of the song is Natural College. And so I asked, I was like, hey, man, you heard that Natural College? He's like, yeah, I got that.
You knew what it was.
Don't worry about if I heard it.
Right.
I just got
You knew what it was.
I got paid.
I got paid.
He was already in my head. I was like, good.
Yeah.
I was just happy he got some more
Some-
bread.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, man, them cats was doing some major work, man. And I mean, people like Drake get more money than Michael Henderson. That's absurd.
Yeah,
That's some weird shit.
that's the
absurd.
industry.
That is absurd. But yeah, so I got a chance to holler at that dude, and that was a great little moment, though.
That's dope.
man. Who are other heroes you met in your Yeah, you don't.
Oh no.
Niggas let you down.
No.
Don't meet your hero.
Don't meet your hero.
That
That's a true
motherfucker, I
story.
was
Yeah.
like,
Oh, I
boo.
know tomato. I didn't even know where it came from.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, talking to Michael Henderson was probably better. That shit.
Okay.
Kind of rapped with Seal Johnson a little bit. Didn't really get too in depth, but it was just dope to be in the spot with him. We did an in-store thing for Roy Ayers one time.
Nice.
Didn't really get a chance to holler at him, but you know he came through with the right energy.
Right.
When was that? Like what time period?
Either 2014 or 2016.
So around that time, he was still headlining, playing everything.
Yeah, he stopped at, he was at Hyde Park Records and he stopped there before he did a show at the Promontory.
Nice.
Oh, yeah,
And I was at that show at the Promontory.
Yeah, so it was either 2014 or 2016.
Yeah.
Yep.
But nah, man, I be meeting a lot of younger people. Not so many of the older cats. I run into some old cranks. Phil Karan was not a crank. He acted like an 85-year-old man.
Okay. Well,
So,
Matter
other
of
than that,
fact.
he was pretty generous.
Yeah, he ain't got time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, he 85 and he moved
I
like
ain't got time for this.
I ain't got time for this.
So what you
we
want?
talking about,
Yeah, what you
motherfucker?
want?
You know what I'm saying?
he wasn't no crank. But nah, but for the most
Nah, it's
part,
all good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
nah, and like the older DJs, I'm gonna say this. I ain't never really met a bunch of the older Chicago.
Really?
No.
That's deep.
They wasn't them a lot of them people. The reason why the scene is ass the way it is now is because it was a lot of gatekeeping from the old cats was not showing the youth.
They were trying to control the money to make sure they got the gigs.
You got a couple of people, but the reasoning behind it might not have been so on the up and up. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. I'm not gonna talk about
Nah,
what
for
that
sure.
stuff
Nah,
was.
but we all
We know
know
what it is.
because
But
we
it
all
was tough.
experienced that.
And so it was some funny stuff going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, the older DJs in Chicago, I don't really have no relationship with most of these. Like no hot mix. I don't have no hot mix 5 relationship.
Right.
The chosen few, they don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with them.
You never did a chosen few picnic?
What about it? Have I ever done it?
Yeah.
I'm not even on that circuit. They are the.
So what's the hierarchy of DJing nowadays?
Yeah.
Because we get to talk about a lot of MCing and we know that network, but the DJing shit, it's kind of, I see get in where you fit in sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do you.
Well, that's your best bet anyway because the pie is smaller.
Right.
COVID chopped out trimmed a lot of spots.
Trim the fat.
Yep. And so you have people that are my age and older. So you got, the early to mid 50s, late 50s crowd.
Right.
These cats are we all damn near on the way out. There's not
But
a big.
can you be out? You're a DJ.
I'm gonna go as long
You got
as I
more
can.
crates. You got deeper crate.
Yeah, I'm gonna go as long as I can. But I mean, the truth of it is that, it's about the bread that people are making. So if they can find, DJ so and so and DJ such and such
For less.
they can get 2 of them for 1 of me, and they got a big social media following. Can I trip that they want to book them?
And that's what creates the ageism too.
But they about the bread. I'm all for helping some younger jocks out, but the thing is nobody wants to actually practice.
Oh.
I mean, if I'm gonna show you something, I'm just not about to let you come up on the set
And just
And
throw on.
sloppy and fake push buttons type of thing.
But it ain't gonna be no push button.
Okay.
You gotta come in and play on the same platform.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Everybody
that's
play
the
on
problem
same
right there.
thing.
Yeah.
And so that's where the biggest divide comes in with cats my age and the younger crop. Because there's a lot of young black DJs out, but don't none of them really play fine. I would say if it's 10% of them, actively fuck with the line. There's a lot of young Asian, young white, young Latin ones. They rocking with the line. I'm looking for these people. I just not a lot of them.
That's
I
deep.
think what you running into is microwave society. So you got
McDonald's niggas.
yeah. I think it's
Ronald
like they
McNuggets. The
They
little
want the-
McNuggets.
they want the like I seen it online, you know what I'm saying? I seen older cats kind of shunning some of the younger cats online because they like, what's that record you playing, this and that, woody woo. But, you know,
With the crowd responding.
well, no, that's not what I'm saying.
Because I was going to get into the next.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
go
I'm
ahead.
saying is like, I can't just go and learn drunken style kung fu.
I see what you're
Right?
saying.
I see you doing drunken style kung fu. Hey, how you do that one move? Now all I got is
Nigga,
this
you
one
got to
move.
get drunk.
Yeah. Well, more than even that, probably you gonna have to like
Master everything you know in
You got to get
order.
the foundational
give me
part.
some sort of gift
Yeah.
or something to let me know you serious first.
Okay.
You just here asking, I'm gonna need to put you through some sort of ritual or something to let me know
How
that-
serious you
how serious you are.
And
Like
committed.
when you look at them kung fu movies, that's what they do. Climb to the mountain and get me the lotus flower, brush that motherfucker off, and bring it back to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then you go up there and you had to fight the motherfucking praying mantis tiger and shit to get the shit.
Praying
then
mantis, tiger.
Come back all beat it
You
up,
know,
battered and
bloody
bruised.
and shit.
Very
With the
specific.
tiger on your back.
But here's
you
your
give him
flower,
the
man.
flower,
Here's
and he
the
light that
flower.
motherfucker on fire and
Right.
shit. And now you can do it. And you look at him like, that was it?
That was the test,
That was the
motherfucker.
test,
Yeah, that was the
motherfucker.
test.
Crawl through H sewers and all this shit. I need to know if you serious. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because, yeah, a motherfucker does not want to give up their knowledge that they spent 10,000 hours obtaining
Word. I see
to
that.
you just because you came over
Right.
and you giddy and you smiling in my face and you some young motherfucker wet behind the ear. Are you serious?
I feel like a lot of the younger heads' idea of mentorship is just me telling them what I'm playing,
Yeah.
as opposed to
I see you.
The whole technique.
That's what I'm getting at.
Let's build.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Let's
go through
the
it.
whole thing.
Let's listen to music.
Let's go.
We
through
even
the
got to
whole
spend nothing.
thing.
Yeah.
Teaching
the whole thing.
is not me telling you what to do.
No, it's not.
Teaching is actually you giving me ideas and me giving you ideas, and we're
Exchanging
exchanging
ideas.
I learned
I
with-
agree.
Teaching
See, that's
is
alchemy
us
right there.
learning.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Exchange.
saying?
Yeah.
We're
Even exchange.
us
Even
learning.
exchange.
You're learning and I'm learning.
Yeah.
So where's the, you know?
Yeah, there's not a lot of that attitude with the DJ game, unfortunately.
Even with the new technology, like cats don't be like, are you into Seratos and all of that?
So I mean, I got some digital stuff at the house. I mean, I will get Serato at some point. I'll get me a controller at some point. I have no problem with the technology, but the thing is that look, the technology is fine, but if you don't, it's like starting to play drums and you didn't start on the pad. You know what I mean? That rubber pad
Yeah,
that they
yeah,
give you
yeah.
just to get your wrist and all that.
Right,
Calibrated. To me, there's almost a defiance to it, which fucks me up. Because I don't understand why would you want to cut yourself off in this way. I've never seen any type of artist do this type of thing. All the musicians I know, they play everywhere. They play every day. They go and they do it. It don't matter if you put a synthesizer in front of them, they still gonna go. They'll start with their original instrument. I just don't. It's almost like they scared of it.
Scared of what?
Scared of the vinyl, man. Because
Well, that's a commitment if you think about it.
it is. It's
well-
definitely a commitment.
But that's what they want to do.
Well, see, but now you don't have to use it, so that's why it's like
Now,
the easy
you know,
way out.
Now you can, now you,
look like
now I can roll in, bro, with a laptop.
Because it's like video games, right? I can still buy the video game, but I could buy it digital, right? So, I have those choices and options. And I would like to have the physical versus the digital sometimes, just because. But
Right.
I think with music, you're not gonna find everything streaming and online. You're gonna find
But they don't
we
care.
got gems in here that motherfuckers ain't never gonna hear. You know what I mean? Or no having a collect. Do you have a collection?
So, but here's the counter
Is
to
it
that.
a digital collection or is it a physical
But here's
collection?
the counter to that from their perspective. The TikTok song that blew up ain't on vinyl. That artist that became like the biggest hit of 2024 off of a song that they don't do vinyl. So when you start getting into today's crowd, where are they listening to music at and what are they listening to? They on social media.
I could think of two motherfuckers that we know, you know what I'm saying, that are DJs that probably, for me, were some of the first DJs I saw here that kind of like were pulling shit from the internet to rock the party. I'd say Shabam,
Mm-hmm.
Shazam. I know. Shazam.
Damn bagels.
I know.
Yeah. Shabam.
And Slide
Oh, that's interesting.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
because
Fly
Fly they do.
You know what I'm saying?
Dwayne,
Like,
you too.
vinyl.
Dwayne,
But he
yeah, he
play
does.
vinyl, yeah.
He does play
He
vinyl.
can play vinyl.
Yeah.
I do
He
vinyl.
does play vinyl.
Yeah.
But they also like, I'm just saying, kind of moving into to his point
It's easier.
of not even easier. It's just that they are like when we talking about working on the next show, I would say, oh, I want to bring that Ashley Sorrell record through. You know what I'm saying? You're right. I can't find that motherfucker on vinyl nowhere.
exists on
No,
vinyl.
no CD, nothing.
Yeah,
I
good
have to
luck.
take it off the internet to play it.
And look, and
All right, so
and,
that's a counter.
That's the, you know what I'm saying?
That's a good
So
and do what you need to do,
Yeah.
but don't. It's just, I just think it's really short-sighted to not at least pay attention to this thing, because these are the some of the only examples of living, working artifacts in the world.
That's heavy.
You know what I mean? So this is a touchstone
Yeah.
to the past. It's a way to connect the past with the future, with the now. And the truth of it is that in another 20 to 30 years,
Yeah.
Black people will have to go to non-Black people to investigate and research Black shit.
That's heavy.
That's why I feel like that vinyl shit is important. And that's why when I see people who say shit like, don't worry about vinyl with your goofy ass, when I see people say that shit and tell, as an older Black person telling younger Black DJs, that shit is atrocious, it's shameful, and it should never be uttered. The only thing that you should be doing is becoming the most well-rounded artist you could be. 'Cause if you're a DJ, one of your jobs is if you get paid to play other people's shit, right? Maybe you got your own pieces, but the majority of your shit is gonna be other people's shit.
Right.
But this is also history, but it's living fucking history.
Right. Real time.
You should be ashamed to have to go outside of your house to find out about yourself. You know what I mean? and that's where I feel like a lot of that shit.
Holy moly.
That's where a lot of
and
that
to
shit
add
is
on to
at.
what you're saying, just like I'm at the crib, I got CDs and stuff all over the place, right? But I have like original CDs from that time. I'm taking the CDs, I'm putting them in one of them things that the book. Thank you.
Yeah.
know why I
Big
couldn't
ass book. Right.
Yeah.
Big ass
Book, I'm
book.
putting them in the book.
Yeah.
So I got
That's
the
why.
liner notes.
Uh-huh. Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and it's got it's got information.
Yeah.
It's not just like if I go digital, you just get
You get the song and go.
the song.
It's
and
like what you
go. I
said.
don't know who
It's-
engineered this.
Yeah.
I don't know who played drums.
Yeah, there are no liner
I don't
notes.
know where the sample came from.
Nothing.
I don't know none of that. I don't know who was involved on this other stuff. Some people got famous off that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Photographer.
Yeah. Yep. All
Right.
the
I met the
credits is
dude
there.
that did the cover for Liquid Sword.
Oh, dude. Yeah, he black.
You-
Yeah, he
you was
black.
there, right?
Yeah.
And you
yeah.
gotta think how they run up on him.
Right.
Because he
Right.
got a legacy of I did these
No.
comic books. I did, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Man, we need to get him.
Yeah.
How you do that now? Now it's just gonna be what, the hot motherfucker that's online
Got the most likes and the most followers.
and I guess maybe puts in the most creative prompts in AI. Like it ain't gonna be nothing to do with him actually doing stuff.
Actual work.
You say Tiger playing matters?
Actual work.
I gotta write that down.
Right, you got the notes?
Yeah, you said Tiger praying mantis.
And I want to even back up when you were talking about DJing and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to bring up the fact that he said in the beginning, it was 2 different turntables, right? Like, because I remember that. And I remember it because those skills translated later when I got on 12. It actually made it easier for me to use 12 because we started on belt drives that weren't the same. So
That weren't exact, right?
yeah, so if this one was in the middle and I put this one in the middle, the speed...
It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Well, the speed ain't the same.
Yeah.
This motherfucker, they not calibrated the same.
Not
So we
gonna
had
blend.
to just figure it out. Man, I had to, you had to spin that motherfucker. I got to hold it with my fingers to slow it down in the moment. I learned a lot of techniques
That's heavy.
that once I got on 12s, it made it real easy. You know what I'm saying? It made learning how to scratch easy. It made learning how, I knew how to blend.
Right.
When a lot of motherfuckers just knew how to slam. Because we had
There's
already,
a lot of slammers nowadays.
yeah, we
Like wrestling.
had came up with that, you know,
Right.
learning that way.
No, it's true but I don't see a lot of people who start on the controllers being able to translate that to turntables. But I see if you start on turntable, you can pretty much work
Anything.
platform.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, it's because
So if you want to learn, start on the tables.
I
then
agree,
move
man.
from
Look,
there.
I had one of the biggest DJs on the South Side. I want, when I used to do these in-stores at Hyde Park Records,
Shout
and
out to
I
Howard.
had hit him up, and I'm like, why don't you come through and come rock? Well, I ain't got no records.
Yeah, he used to do Saturdays there.
Yeah,
Yeah, all the time. Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
almost like, man, about 8, 9 years.
Yeah.
We did the first couple of, well, we did like every one of the block parties that happened. over there,
Yep,
too.
yep, yep, yep.
And so then I was like, okay, you ain't got no records. And then I saw him again. I was like, hey man, you can just pick out records from the store. And so I turned that down. And then I think I might have asked him one more time, and then my guy just pulled my coattail. He was like, Jay, if you put them on record, the facade is cracked. Everybody will see the wizard for what the wizard
Oh
is.
no.
So,
Oh no.
but he didn't do his due diligence.
That's what's playing right now.
He ain't do his due. I got this right.
You do?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Shout out to violinists.
Yeah.
Cause.
Man. Did you play the violin?
No.
Nah,
Why you play violin?
Because of Andre.
He ain't no
He gonna be on violin. He gonna be a violin next. He's working his way through all of them.
Flautist.
Yeah, he's a flautist. He's a flautist.
Actually, that was the first instrument I ever played, was the violin.
Really?
Yep. It
Yeah,
only
that's-
lasted
How
about
many
6
instruments you know how to play?
Shit, I wouldn't say I know how to play that motherfucker. Saxophone, keys a little bit, glockenspiel.
Glockenspiel. What the fuck? Glockenspiel.
I can play the hell out of a triangle. I'm a tambo master. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
crazy. Glockenspiel.
Triangle terror.
Jingle bells. you know
Yo,
what
don't
I'm
put me
saying?
in the mix.
Hey man, look, man, I'll give you a million-ass tambo solo.
Yikes.
Damn, tambourine solo would be hilarious.
That's wild.
I've seen them, and it's a sight to behold.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Don't happen often. But yeah, so that's kind of what's up with the DJ game. It's there was not enough reaching back when it was cool to reach back, and now you got a group of people who one group of people who don't care to reach back, and another group of people who don't care to get to learn.
Wow.
Hey, let's do some demonstration. Pick a few records.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then show them how it's done. Pick a few gems and show them how it's
All
done.
right, let's see. I gotta move around a little
Yeah,
bit.
you got plenty of options all
Okay,
around
I'm
here.
gonna start back here.
I mean, what I don't. I'm like, it's halfway like a record store in here. I need to know the sections.
No, he don't do that.
He don't do
He
stuff.
got no sections.
It's
That's what I
sections in
figured.
here, but it's
I
organized
figured it was
confusion.
like the cosmos in here. It's just like random as hell. There's a nebula over here with some stardust in it, and then there's
Burning Birch.
Vernon Birch.
It's all types of hidden gems
Look
back
how
there.
cute Sade is. Oh my God.
What cover we talking about?
She don't even look like her. My goodness.
Paradise.
Oh my God. I think I might have that 12-inch, but it sure don't have the cover. So
I remember when I was maybe, I don't know how old I was. I told my mother.
you was gonna marry her?
I
told your mother that?
No,
That's
marry Sade.
Actually, I
That ain't
didn't
even R.
say
Kelly.
I was
That's
gonna
no
marry
old
her. I said I was
Norman
gonna have her baby.
You said you was gonna have
I
her
said I
baby.
was gonna have her baby.
Hey, that's heavy shit.
She's a cutie. I used to kick it with a chick that kind of looked like that. She had a
Oh, word?
killer dunk.
You had the shorty that looked like Sade with an assy.
Man,
Cherish the day.
she definitely
Won't be
Chicago version of Sade,
Oh, so she had two.
though. Yeah. I met on the number 6 bus, and she sat down next to me and she was crying, and I was
Oh.
trying not to be a
That's a-
weirdo.
But
But
you,
she started macking on me, man. I just asked if she was all right, and I kept listening to my headphones. And I went on about my business, and then she started asking me questions like, "Are those cross-colored jeans you wearing?"
What?
yes, they are.
What? Yeah.
And I have a bottle of Great Poupon in my pocket as well.
Exactly, like for real. Let's
And the rest is history.
Nice.
You know what I'm
Hell no.
saying? The rest is history.
Hey, yo.
Ramsey Lewis over here.
Oh, the digging is fierce behind those.
Sister, shake it.
And don't let the front vinyl fool you. It's not gonna be a representation.
Of what's in?
Nah, it's Cracker Jack.
Yeah.
What's the first record you ever bought, J2?
Man, that's a good question.
I don't
you
know
too.
if
The
it's
first?
the
You
first
too.
record I ever bought, but ever acquired, maybe. So I definitely got something out of the library that I never took back, and that was
Statute of Limitations.
Ravel's Bolero, because it was in a movie. I feel like it was in a movie that I liked, and so I got that. So I was about 9, but I feel like the Captain Sky album with the what's that Saturday night movies and Super Storm.
Yeah.
So that's the one with him flying on the record on the cover.
Gotcha.
You know who working
like
with
that
him
one.
right now?
Who?
Vince Lauren.
Oh,
That
really?
might have been the first joint.
That's deep.
Like that. I want to say he got a whole new record out right now. When we did that
The joint for
Bones.
Okay,
We shot the video,
yeah, the
right?
video. Gotcha.
And so when I edited,
Shout out to Bones too.
yeah, when I edit the video up at the beginning, I use that super. Right?
Yeah.
Vince Lawrence sees it, hops dead in my DMs. Like I'm talking about, as soon as I post the video, motherfucker hops dead in my DMs. You want to work with him? You a Captain Scott fan? I got him over here at the studio.
Damn.
Like immediately, bro. I'm talking about like 30 seconds after I posted that video.
Really?
He hopped dead in my DMs.
So they be looking for stuff. How they seek you out?
I working at Burrell, I met Vince Sloan.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say we cool, but we know each other. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Okay.
And so yeah, I think he just probably was like I am with him. He's paying attention to what I'm doing, paying attention to what he's doing.
Did you work with him?
Man, them
Did you
cats
take
is
his offer?
always looking for some.
I
they
did
always
because I
looking for
really
some
didn't
stuff.
know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't want to just be like, oh yeah, hey, I got a record, come hop on my record.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, man, I need to get over there. We need to like create something organically, like come up with
Something new.
Some
yeah,
fresh new- right.
from the ground. Like, I don't want to just pull you in because your name. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm sure he got some ideas. I got some ideas. Let's get together and like really make something there.
So what's your production process?
Man, I really just kind of like, I mean, now, I say now, I just go, it's funny enough, I just probably go on YouTube, listen to it. You know what I'm saying?
See, we just
Slow boy,
I wanted to hear what he was gonna say because I know it's way different than what it was.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, it was like where we going through records, you know what I'm saying? I was probably doing a little more chopping.
Yeah.
And not to say I'm still chopping, but now it's like I'm doing everything in the laptop. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I'm producing everything. I'm not hitting no pads. I got a machine.
Mm-hmm.
I got an MPC.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, that workflow and logic is like I can create so fast that, you know what I'm saying? I just got a kind of like a workflow that I could create real fast. And now with that stem splitting, man, they done
miracles. Yeah.
stuff that I was like hearing, but like, man, if I'm trying to EQ shit out.
Yeah,
Now I ain't got it. No,
you gotta do shit.
Here it is.
Here it is. Boom.
Take this part, boom. Now let me get this little sound and add it.
Is that spoiling the new upcoming producers of the next generation?
let's
Are they
hear
getting
it.
spoiled, or do you prefer the work, the hard trudging 4 hours to create this masterpiece beat? Versus,
I would say I want to say yes, but I feel like that's just the old man in me saying, quit playing on my lawn. Because when I see, like, you ever seen them track live videos on, and they showing how, like, some of these new cats are creating? I can't. I'm like, I can,
it's
some
still
of
a
them are doing
formula.
stuff.
yeah. I'm looking, I'm like, oh, you chopped that. Oh, you call that's that? Oh. So, then some of it is kind of like,
Yeah. And it depends on their again, it's back to that interest. If they're willing to put in the work to be better than they could be and to grow, that's different than the person that just want to. I just want to
who
be
they
famous.
came up under, or if they actually really took into getting mentored by somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus, somebody told me what to do, and I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't do what I felt like.
Who taught you how to make beats?
Twilight.
Twilight.
I would say Twilight.
God damn, that's a good ass teacher.
Man, being over there, being over his crib.
He had the MPC, right?
He had the SB12.
Oh, that's right.
Oh shit. Yeah.
That was why I ended up getting the Emu, because it was
Next. Yeah.
It was, you know what I'm saying? So it made it easier for me to kind of, but I would say, man, Twilight, just being over there with him, watching him chop up on the MPC, you know what I'm saying? He was showing me all types of techniques. That joint only had like so many seconds to stamp.
6 seconds.
Like, so, already he's sampling on 45, slowing it down.
Mm-hmm.
He probably was the first person I saw like taking the wires off the needle, like some of them colors. Like take the red one or the green one off, and you get different sounds. Like we talked about stem splitting. He was probably stem splitting back then. You know what I'm saying?
That's engineering now.
And I would say even like when you see the path he on now, like kind of more like the house.
Yeah, the dance.
When I first met
instrumental
him,
music.
and No ID, that's what they was doing.
Okay.
They were making. They had a group called Affinity. They was making house tracks.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? We talking the late '80s. You know what I mean? So it was like a lot of.
It was in that
hip,
time.
It was in that a lot of hip house going on, right?
Disco shits.
Slowly
So
the
he-
transition.
Right.
That's funny. But yeah, I would definitely give credit to him on that, man.
That's dope.
That would.
Twilight Tone. Damn, that's a great teacher.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about the bars?
A little bit of him. As far as you know what,
You know, got a little
more than him,
trap through
I would probably say Red.
I want that boy to
Okay.
blow up.
Okay.
Like Red,
Heavy, yeah.
like Red's not like people don't know. Red's got bars.
I would
Oh, yeah.
love to hear so many
Red's
bars.
got bars.
I heard that all my life.
And Red's was like, you know, like back then, I'd say Red's was like really had us kind of like on Lord Finesse.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
He
Like,
had a lot of punchlines.
a lot of
Lord Finesse
punchline,
didn't play.
and he was doing like, you know, I mean, which I think we had this discussion before. He was doing like the extended metaphor.
Oh yeah, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah,
I
yeah.
knew that.
Like I
Yeah,
would say, he was probably the first person that was like really getting descriptive with the light.
Mhm.
Like an apple in the orchard
Yeah,
on the
again.
October 23rd in the Midwest.
Yeah.
And you know, like I need to
Extending that
really,
line.
Descriptive.
yeah,
Yep,
be
yep,
really
yep.
descriptive and man, Reds was all about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope.
So between him and then man, I you know probably just you know like
Oh, y'all got some
Listen.
beer back here?
like listen to a lot of rap too. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Yeah, it's open.
you know some of the when you were asking like asking him what was the first
Don't-
record he
And
bought.
look at this.
Some
What's
of
the
my
first record you
All right.
bought?
off the wall.
Mike.
Michael
Nice.
Jackson.
Yeah.
I took it to school for show and tell.
Oh, that's dope. Okay.
I
That's
got up in the
classic.
class.
Yeah.
You know what
They
I'm saying?
put out the socks and the gloves.
Yeah, all that.
With you.
You're talking like second grade.
Yeah.
But then after that, man, it was like, you know, we probably going over there to what was that was on 57? Spin It?
Spin it,
Mm.
spin it.
It was a record store right there where what's there now? Is it a beauty salon now?
It was a
It was a beauty salon, but that used to be a record store right next to Salonica.
Okay.
And
Charles used to work in there.
Charles did used to work in there.
Charles, Dr. Wax Charles?
Yes.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, bro.
That's dope.
I was going in there as a kid. Charles was in there,
dope.
bro. And buying records out of there, like
Shout out to Charles. He listened to us too.
Roxanne Shante, Boogie Down,
Yeah.
Bronx, Man, Perish, and Cool Raoul.
Water in the swimming pool.
Got the R to the A, the U, and the L. Packing more power than the Duracell.
Ooh, shit.
So just like a lot of that and hanging with them cats and, you know, I would say that definitely, like I showed up ready to rap and then, you know, they kind of, I would say that idea of the extended metaphor and just also, like I
Is
said,
it a
we
second
were
record to this?
RTA, right?
Mhm.
So, you know, we didn't
Just
call
step
it
into
I
the
got a
arena
flow. We
instrumental.
call it I got a curve.
Curve.
Yeah,
We call
that's
ourselves
Ooh, that's
MC.
so cold.
Called ourselves conductors.
Conductors. Yeah.
So it was like that whole idea kind of stuck with me. Whereas like if we gonna talk about something, we gonna maybe talk about the same
Work
thing,
with what we
but use different language to talk about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that kind of stuck with me too. So I would say all of that kind of shaped. You know what I'm saying?
I don't mean to cut you off, but what are those?
Huh?
What are those on your feet?
Balenciaga.
Complex looking shoes.
I had them for years. Pull them out.
It's almost like Robotech.
That's exactly what I think about.
Yeah, I'm
Or-
glad
or-
you brought
or
that
killer.
up. I'm glad you brought up Robotech
Wow, what happened?
because you brought up an article in our chat today
Oh man.
about this Timberland guy,
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
producer from Norfolk.
VA.
He decided that he want to put out an AI artist.
Oh, that's literally speaking of Robotech.
Yeah,
Yeah,
May. That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. So
Wait, what y'all just say?
Yeah,
Timbaland?
Timbaland
Go
is
ahead.
putting out an AI artist. Like he started a new label that's, I guess, going to be catering to AI.
AI art music.
They don't care if they put everybody else out of business.
That's what I'm saying.
So
So
that's how you feel about
Yeah,
it.
it just come really.
Hey man, I'm not in shape and by no means of the imagination, but I want to get in a cage match with that nigga.
Well, who, Timbaland?
Man,
Well, why you
Why you want to man?
I want to know
We
that.
could probably arrange it.
no man.
So this is before that.
This is before like
All right.
to me, he been talking this bullshit for like 3 years.
This AI
And
shit,
this
right?
AI, like I just been seeing
Yeah,
it.
you right.
And
You right.
it's been pissing me the fuck off. Like it started with with AI. Now I get to work with artists I never got to work with before.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I get to
That's
work
gross.
with Biggie, and I'm like, nigga, you're not working with Biggie. That
Oh,
nigga's
wow.
dead.
And you wouldn't have been if he was around.
Working with the ghost in
You
the
working
machine, man.
with the ghost in the
Get outta
machine,
here.
bro. I'm like,
Ooh.
and for you to be a person of your stature and to get out on platforms.
Like you can't get anybody. You're Timbaland.
Like Pug said in the chat,
Yeah.
you could just drop a
Drop a
Timbaland
Timbaland
A
album.
Timbaland album.
Then I responded, he's too lazy for that type of
He must
shit.
Clearly. It takes no effort because now you got somebody you completely
still on that
control.
Shit.
And if you read the
Okay.
article, one of the things
You
it
on that
talks about was their physical appearance. She's a perfect looking
Yeah,
artist.
yeah.
They're concerned about the wrong shit.
Hold on, let's back this up
So,
one second.
if she sound anything like a combo of like Missy Elliott
And Aaliyah,
and Aaliyah,
That's
I'm gonna kick his ass, bro.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you are fucking tripping, dude.
Yeah.
You are fucking tripping. All to make $1. You know what I'm saying?
But I look at this as the test. This is just a test, man. I mean, there's no reason for a human to sign to a label. So they're gonna have to construct their own,
Their own economy.
their own economy, and that's with
That
the
makes
AI
sense.
shit. They create their own bots, streaming all
Listen,
that shit.
on IG, half the pictures that you're looking at of these women,
Yeah, they're
They're
not
not real
real.
people.
Yeah, they're not real.
they're AI.
Yeah, they're AI. A lot of these little clips and stuff you're seeing, weird shit, you know.
Oh, right.
Weird little combinations and weird little things happening. You know, I just seen one myself earlier. It's like, no, I don't think that's real. And it's not real.
It's not.
We got
So-
don't fall for this new trickery, this new technology.
But what does
This
that do to
technology
what
for
does that do
real?
to the brain, right? Like, if I can't take anything that I see at face value, right?
Right.
Like, if every time I'm on this motherfucker, I'm looking at this shit, and I gotta think in my
Is
mind,
it real effect?
I gotta look for the tail.
Yeah, you gotta read. You gotta
I
read
gotta
between the
look,
lines.
and I done seen some shit that I couldn't see the tail.
Yeah,
that they
me
told
too.
me
Yeah.
was AI, but
And
I
it's not,
looked at it.
it's not perfect yet. So we ain't even at the perfection level.
Yeah, and I'm looking like, well, he got all his fingers,
Yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying?
Used to be the tail
That used to
sign.
be
Yeah.
the tail, right? And I'm
Yeah.
like, the language not funny.
Yeah.
The eye don't
It's
blink
like,
type shit.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, what? After a while, what does that do? Like, for me, it just makes me like, I can't consume none of this shit.
Yeah, now you gotta completely unplug.
You gotta
I
have your
gotta-
filter on
Yeah, cause
because you can't fall for the okie doke.
I can't.
And that's all what it
Yeah, a
is.
whole
You
nother
can't
level of
fall for the
catfishing.
okie doke. Right. Whole new level of catfishing, which
So
is very
now,
dangerous.
what used to be the biggest struggle before was Milli Vanilli. You know what I'm saying? That was the biggest struggle. All right. You know, what's the old girl from Black Box? Was that who was?
You talking about Martha Wash?
Yes.
So right. Yeah.
Those
they
were the
played
biggest
her.
struggles before.
Yeah, they played the hell out of her.
Absolutely. Terrible
Got a
shit.
fantastic voice. Martha Wash and
What
what's
was-
the lady's name? It's like Azora Wells. They was Sylvester's
Put
backup
up,
singers.
yeah, put
Oh,
in
I
the,
remember. Yeah. So
yeah,
what
they didn't like
happened?
they didn't like
The
her
two
they didn't like her
times, the Weather
appearance.
Girls,
So
that's
they
all
come.
them.
They gave
switched her.
her this dark skinned slim chick as the face, and she was lip syncing all the song. So she would perform. You know, you like, oh, she cute, but nah, it's like the chick in the back. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, and this
It's the
may or
whole
may
Jill
not be
Scott
real, but
thing.
the Roots.
The
Jill
Jill
Scott was
Scott,
singing the
yeah.
song, and they put Erica on
Yeah.
because you know, same thing in my opinion.
I'm right in front of the motherfucking camera, boy.
Nah, but yeah, that's
Fly came off the wall.
you know, the fly be in your face, like, what's going on? What you doing?
That's the
Yeah, that's like what's old girl from the LL record.
Yeah, yep, that's another one.
The one that sang.
Who
doing it
well?
What's her name? Nikki something?
Yeah, I can't remember now.
No, not Nikki D. It was LaShawn something, and they put somebody else in the video.
They put Vita in the video.
Yeah. She a heavy set. It was a
Same
heavy
thing.
set woman, right? You know what I'm saying? But shit, she sound good on that record.
So now they're going to eliminate all that shit. You could go to AI, you could get the
AI
voice,
is
you
gonna
could
give
get
you
the
the illusion of what is
personality and
perfection.
and the whole character.
And you don't get a nigga complaining like me, right? That I'm in there.
But see,
You working me
They
too hard. You know, all of
or
that.
you're not paying me enough.
Oh, you gonna take out all the motherfucking humanity of that shit.
Yeah,
You don't gotta, the
Well.
motherfucker can't advocate for themselves.
right.
You know what I'm saying? You just doing whatever.
Yeah. But we'll see how the audience responds to this. That's the
Nah,
real
this
question.
is the future. Like I said, this is the start
It's
of.
already AI.
There's already
artists on
AI.
Spotify.
There's
Yeah,
already AI songs on my YouTube. I be seeing this shit like, hold up, I never heard this song before. 1950 sounding
that
records.
fake-
and-
yeah, that shit.
that fake ass shit.
Yeah.
Like, hold
Or
up.
they'll take a new song and then they'll do it in the retro style,
Yeah.
the 50s style of bop.
It's a lot of
And
new
doo-wop.
wave shit that's coming with this AI shit, and we need to really pay attention to this and maintain our grounds of creativity and holding our spot of doing this shit for real, because this shit is replaceable. Now, if this AI shit kick off, they ain't got to look for human talent no more. That's what I'm saying. It's
Well,
men-made for real.
then-
It's Robotech. It's
So then we become
men-made.
the Indiana Jones. We gonna be documentarians and we gonna capture the.
Well, of course we gonna do that.
We talking about preserving this
Exactly.
vinyl.
Yeah.
All of these things. That's why the price on this shit is through the roof.
Yeah.
They don't want you to go
Vinyl
for
is
it.
insane.
I'm gonna take it even further.
Go ahead.
Why I want to fight this nigga.
want this to happen, man. We on this.
I'm gonna fight this
Hey,
nigga,
no
bro.
disrespect to the clips.
No disrespect to the- Hey, I love the
But yeah, but dude,
Hey,
No, that's for
I'm
real.
with that.
But-
Yeah, that is for real.
That's
That's
for
what
real.
I'm saying.
But
Yeah.
I want Timberland, nigga, cause Hollywood writers, they all. You saw David Banner. He right. They all band together to fight that shit.
To stop it, yeah.
Your ass jumping in feet first.
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah.
What is wrong with you,
Yeah,
bro?
yeah.
As if he was a young artist back then and he got blocked, you know what I'm saying? Like that could have happened. Like you not respecting where you came up.
Yeah, man. That Norfolk coming out, man. And I mean
That's some
that,
funny shit.
That's all. I mean that shit with all due disrespect. I went to Hampton, Virginia, nigga.
Okay.
Okay.
Damn.
You know what I
Damn.
mean?
You know what it is.
I know what it is.
You know what it is.
Okay.
I drove through Virginia. It was pretty nice.
Yeah, it was a nice place.
Pretty nice.
It looked
You
nice.
don't hear motherfuckers talking about let me go hang out in Norfolk.
Nah,
There's a
nah.
motherfucking
It's
reason
DC,
why.
and then
DC.
yeah,
You go to Hampton.
DC got
Virginia
all the
Beach.
ladies.
Yeah,
Oh my
but
God.
not Norfolk.
Yeah. Know what I'm saying? What are you doing? My guy.
So he's fucking up the game, and
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to be a futurist, but he's being a futurist following a trend, which
so
is not a
who
futurist.
brought up the Will I
I brought up
Am?
Will I Am.
Okay, so what's
I
the
was
difference?
talking about the fact that Will I Am is literally creating new technology and innovating spaces in art with technology.
Yeah.
Like shit that he's doing no one ever did before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not coming in and saying, well, here's this new thing that already exists and I'm just gonna play with it and make money off of it.
Right,
I'm
right.
exploiting something
Okay.
and exploiting people.
And using
because-
it more as a tool to help him still move and groove and do his music.
And I
right?
don't even know what that means. You talking about in terms of
Well, just the AI. It's more like
I don't
I'm
know
not
why
going
he's
to
doing it, 'cause
use.
he
I'm
don't
not going
need
to
to.
capitalize on the AI. I'm going to use this as more of an instrument.
I think you don't
He
have
was
to pay
created-
AI.
He created his own AI.
yeah, you don't have to pay
Who?
AI
Wait,
once it's
who?
made.
Will I Am has his own AI.
All right, that's different.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
he
saying? Like,
creates.
He got
that
a Jarvis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Literally.
it had a name. It
Yeah.
did.
It did.
And he
Yeah.
was on there like talking to it. It was like his Siri.
Okay.
He created.
Right,
He's in
right.
there
And
like
he
that.
works to build stuff with it. Like he's trying
Yeah.
to perfect his own skills through it, not ignore.
Explode.
Yeah.
explode.
Listen, he's like, look, we know that Timberland is getting to the point
He
where
ain't doing the George Lucas, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like working with actors. Get this CGI motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He like, nah, I'm gonna make something off it, but it's
Maybe
still,
because he's scared. Maybe he's scared. He ain't got
Who?
the talent. Timberland.
He's scared of what?
I'm not working with real artists no more because of Aaliyah and all this
Nah,
shit.
because he's made,
What
I think
hit
he just
record
trying
he
to get
got
it.
beyond just Justin Timberlake?
well,
I
after
give him
that, well, you mean since back then?
Yeah, since back then.
I mean, that
anything
whole,
recent.
whole crew kind of fell
He
down.
had Brittany Carter on his team. He had Sid, Craig 13. Like a lot of people was like speaking out on the Timberland thing. Like, yo, you actually had artists that you could have fucked with. Like Pug said, you could have put out an
He could have
album
put out a Timberland album.
with their little
But he
AI
has to-
on there.
He has to pay them and share royalties with them.
See, nah.
That is this.
So how that work with AI? So
there
there's
is
no
AI
royalty.
doesn't. Oh, you don't pay AI. AI sits on your computer or your server.
So all royalty funds.
All royalties go to Timberland now.
Wow.
The artist does the song, you got to pay them. He made the AI, now he owns it. So anything he does with AI thereafter is all his money.
I wonder though, you bringing up an interesting question. I wonder what's in that fine print with the actual AI platform.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm will.i.am, I created it.
Right.
So if I used it as an artist, I pretty much probably own any
You'll
of the
profit
ideas
everything,
that
yeah.
comes out of that platform.
Yeah.
But who? Because I mean, that's what like motherfuckers like 19 Keys and them were talking about while you using AI unplugged from the internet, so you ain't siphoning your ideas off into this big ass
Into this big ass database, yeah.
And now they, you know, they got all your ideas and. Because and who the fuck reads the terms and conditions and shit?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have time to read all that
500
a
pages.
dictionary. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's true.
Before
Throw it all the way down
before I
and
get
press
to
click.
using this bitch,
Just
I don't
click it.
Yeah, so I just accept. And you
Yeah.
done accepted that every idea you come up with
Hey,
in this platform
belongs
is
to them.
theirs.
Hey, as long as I can use it, man, I'm good,
You
man.
know, so that's interesting. Because like when I worked at Burrell, that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Any idea I came up while I was working,
That's your idea.
Yeah, that's how
so
companies
it's
do.
their idea.
That's
Well,
how
their
companies
idea,
do. If
but-
you own the clock or you working for them,
Yeah.
it's theirs.
Okay, that's
Right.
fair.
So
higher.
So
Yeah.
what would be the difference if it's an AI? You on there working. You accepted my terms and conditions. If I put that shit in my terms and conditions, everything, you know, that's what everybody was putting up on Facebook, right? That whole thing of my pictures and
Yeah,
my
yeah,
likeness
that
is
bullshit. Yeah,
mine.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Niggas still got
Well, it's
paid
on their
$200.
Still gotta pay the money, right?
Got that check.
So we already know that motherfucker was selling our data to these motherfuckers.
He was selling that data to show y'all
Long before we
$400
knew.
check.
Yeah. Tiki. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was everybody $400 check, nigga.
How
you
much
got
he made?
paid.
He
Yeah.
made some money.
Yeah.
He
So
made some money.
So this is the things that we gotta all look out for moving forward because things could get wacky with compensation, with creation, with performing, with even the audience because they can get lazy. This AI shit, they're already lazy. People don't engage in shows and shit like that, so they get some AI shit. They ain't got even
But
really
you know what the AI can't do?
what.
What we was doing, what we've been doing, what we've been talking
Playing
about. They can't
the
do
real
that.
shits.
Well, they
Playing
can't
that
talk
shit.
about it. They have no
I feel
history
like
to
they're
discuss.
trying to make us dumb and bland on
And
purpose.
there you
Yeah,
that's
they trying to-
it.
they trying to
That's one of
homogenize.
them. Yeah, that's one of
And put everything into the grayscale.
I totally agree
Turn
with
us
that.
into a bunch of
Consumers.
The walking.
hillbillies from West Virginia or some shit, man.
even on the, it's funny you say that, Jay, because even on the fashion side, I read an article that was talking about that this generation don't really have no fashion sense.
Nope.
You got to think about, I mean, we went through, as crazy as the shit looked, right? Like, you know, the 70s, niggas fringe, fro.
Bell bottoms, the whole
can
nine.
do-
Dudes with halter tops on.
Yeah.
Literally. Literally.
But we had the
There
whole.
you go.
Right?
Right.
You know, so, but you could distinctly say that's that decade.
You know what era it
You
was.
know,
and it was
I know what
original.
the 70s fashion looked like. I know what 80s fashion looked like.
You know, 90s,
Pastel,
yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
multiple.
A lot of mixed combination of shit.
Right,
Eyes
I know
shits.
the
Yeah,
eyes-eyed
yeah,
90s
yeah,
shit
yeah.
got a little big.
But we had to use jeans. We had a lot of little
A lot of shit that's
experimental.
what they wear too.
Yeah.
What's it now?
It's retro
It's
shit.
you wearing resale. You just
It's retro
remastering
shit.
because they have no originality.
They
nothing
have no
future.
identity, bro.
Yeah, it's nothing new.
On the fashion side,
Yeah.
because
There's nothing created. I don't know why. You look at me. I don't know. But they rather go back.
I think it goes into this conversation.
That's interesting.
That everything is being pulled from some shit.
So there ain't no new nigga outside with no new idea.
No, peep game. They putting Pharrell on. They putting all the people from the 90s as the fashion designers for these houses.
Yeah.
And so what they're going to design shit that we used to wear. So the shit is not new because the designers are coming.
Nigga, I watched Back to the Future. We had fucking jackets that fucking insulated and warm us up and
they
shit.
all lied.
The
All the
Nikes
movies.
used to lace themselves and shit.
We had flying skateboards. Nah. They slowed all that shit down.
They still want the wheels? I want the hoverboard.
They slowed it down. Can you imagine if we stayed on a trajectory of innovation and development as a civilization?
We'll be
deliberately-
gods.
They've bottlenecked technology to control us. Because if we have that freedom to develop, then that means we would have been looking like the movie.
The fight for convenience has dumbed us down. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
We want everything
That's
to
crazy.
be like right away.
Yeah.
We don't want to do even
look around.
information.
Yeah.
It used to be Dewey Decimal System. Nigga, I had to look up numbers. Then go find the book.
A from
Then go read
like,
part of
yeah,
the book.
Yeah.
And then I just did a little blurb.
I can see all
I'm
that.
educated.
See,
Yeah.
what we losing is
But that's
understanding.
Neo though.
No,
Didn't
no,
Neo
no,
plug it in? I know Kung Fu. I know Kung Fu.
That's what we're losing. We're losing understanding and perspective because we don't have process anymore. So going from knowledge to born don't exist. Now you jump in the gun, you missed the whole step, all the experience.
Man, it's just born.
You just right there. Like,
For the real.
instinct.
Still didn't get no knowledge. You just born.
In the old cartoons, they put the seed in, just drop a water, and it's instantly food.
Yeah.
Like your meal is right there. It's like,
Right.
nah. What happens when you no longer have to do any of the fundamental things that make us unique?
Limited, so
Because all that shit is done by computer.
I got a question for you. If we could backtrack a little bit.
No, go ahead. It's
I wanna know-
It's your show.
I want to know, though, like, you were playing a lot of those clubs back in that time, like, with a lot of the cats, like a Timbuktu and Twilight, you know what I'm saying? Biology Bar, all of that.
Biology Bar, Dragon Road, Pache,
Funky Buddha Lounge.
Funky Buddha.
I might have played in the Buddha.
33rd and the 33 and the 3rd used to do Buddha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
33 was
Yeah.
trying to let me rock.
Yeah.
Funny enough, you know, we went to St. Thomas with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he used to go with my little cousin.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I used to ask
History.
him, I tried to ask him to get on the Red Dog, turned me down multiple times. Used to ask Howie to play at Slicks. Howie turned me down multiple times.
Yeah.
I made it in Slicks though.
Okay.
I
different
made it
way.
in there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But what you was about
Yeah,
to
what's
say,
your
Ray?
question?
I know, like, I just know at like some point, I'm gonna say you kind of took a turn.
A hard left.
Yeah, not only you, a couple of people.
Yep.
I just want to know why. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people stayed in that area of, and then even went on to like radio and,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like
so the
Mustafa,
escalation
DJ Word,
of the
yeah,
DJ.
People like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you exactly
Like
what happened.
going more commercial, I guess what
Right,
people
right.
would say, versus like keeping it more,
Going corporate.
corporate.
So dig it. This is what happened. The E2 shit happened.
Ah,
So E2's 2003, right?
mhm.
So what winds up happening in the wake of the E2 thing is a lot of spots got shut down.
Yeah.
Like Allure was one spot that got shut down because they were not operating, you know, in the parameters of how they was zoned.
Mm.
So a lot of places was like that. And so what happened is that wasn't exactly the end of it for me. but I can remember the last time I played at the Dragon Room. And it was 2004, and I'm working, boy. I'm sweating. I'm like, and I just could not really get the crowd moving like I thought they should be moving. And I'm playing some decent shit. You know, it's a nice mix. It's a good J2 commercial mix. It's a little reggae, some R&B, some hip hop, some underground shit. And man, Jay Illa gets on and plays 3 fucking records and just completely obliterates my last 2 hours.
What were the 3 records?
It was all down south shit.
Okay, the trendy shit is in other words.
All Atlanta shit. And at that moment, I saw, and I had seen it happening up until that point, but that was the first time I witnessed that radio and TV dictated club play when the opposite was always true before that.
So why you say that radio and TV?
These were songs
TV in particular.
Well, those video,
The commercial
videos,
every
The
song
industry
he
was
played had a
controlling.
video.
So,
Every song he played had a video.
It's like 106 and Park type shit.
It's
era.
exactly that.
Yeah.
It's exactly that.
Yeah.
And so I got off and I saw how easy it was for him to make these people go, ah, you know, and I'm in there working, I'm thinking I'm doing my thing. And I'm like, yeah, this is it for me. I knew I was done. I didn't have any real interest in doing, and the gigs had started drying up on that end too.
What year would you say this was?
2004.
2000.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
So this is maybe a year after the E2 thing happened.
Okay.
But I was done, dude. I wasn't really interested in
Now,
it.
is that your thing of you didn't want to get caught up with the times, or is it was just the
It made me feel
observation
good.
of the transition of the
So
music?
if you got to play to the crowd and you got to cater to them in a way that isn't authentic, so in other words, you're not being yourself anymore.
And right, it was always gonna be, it was like, look, I hated that fucking Nelly song, that fucking Hot in Here shit.
Yeah.
But you throw it on, people go crazy. I might play 90% all shit I like to play, but shit that I know that people would get off to. But I knew I couldn't do too much more of that type
But
of
what's
shit.
the compromise to that, right? Because now I hear DJs, they don't even like request. Like, don't
Yeah.
come up to the table, don't ask shit.
So
Let me do my thing.
Yeah, but they're all, no, but even though they don't take requests,
so
they
do
are
they
still
cater
catering.
to, do you still cater to the people?
okay,
No,
so
like, come on, they don't want to hear
Well,
Andre
well,
3000.
Well, no, let me give you an
flute.
example before you even go.
We want to hear Rosa
No,
Parks
so let me give you an
and
example.
B.O.B.
Perception, right? I was at a set with Pete Rock and Rich Medina.
Okay.
Everybody was technically there apparently to see Rich Medina.
Yeah.
Most people think of Pete Rock, producer and rapper. So this crowd, let me tell you what happened. So Pete Rock opens and then Rich comes after. Pete Rock starts, he's digging, he's pulling out their gems. Crowd ain't budging. Didn't respond. He sat there for about a good 20 minutes because we was right there looking like he see it and we like, why the fuck are people ain't reacting? He switched it. He put on, they reminisce over you, the crowd went crazy. Then, so the rest of his set, he playing the regular shit.
Right.
Because he's like, oh, this is what they want from
So
Pete Rock.
what's the regular shit?
Pete Rock shit, the shit that they thought Pete, because they only know Pete Rock from that side.
Right.
This was in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Rich come on, he start with his Afro-Cuban rarities.
Right.
Everybody dancing. But when Pete started that way, people didn't respond.
Right.
Because they don't want it from Pete.
All right, so the people was there for Rich, apparently.
But they didn't respect the fact that Pete Rock is also a DJ. He's not just a
Hardcore
producer
digger.
rapper. Yeah.
a hardcore.
So he
digger.
started with the rarities. He was going in. We was loving it, and then he looked, people was just not paying. They was talking to each other, ignoring, nobody dancing. Totally different.
That's why.
So he switched.
So I'm
He should have started rapping. He should have started rapping. Fuck y'all niggas.
Throw them motherfucking, hey, this the break. You finna get these 8 bars on this break real quick.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna throw this other bitch off.
Faking jacks on your ass.
But that plays into the whole thing. The audience will go off of what they expect. So the audience started to
But what
shift
if they
to
don't expect anything?
They always expect something.
No, they didn't expect anything from Pete because there
Yeah,
was
they
no
did. They
response.
expected-
They
Pete.
expected the shit that made a move.
Yeah, they expected the DJ to be.
I hear what he said. I think it's even a little harder too to like, it got to a point where it was harder to break records, man. I remember being in the Double Door one night and that fucking Quiet Storm came on.
Mobb
right?
Deep.
Yeah.
Mobb Deep. It was like
The original?
nobody had heard that shit either.
original,
The original. Nobody had heard that shit. Nigga, I'm in there going crazy.
That shit-
But everybody's in there doing this. They just standing around like,
What is this? 'Cause they look at
You
it,
know,
like, oh my God.
I have
he's rocking
re-listened.
Cavern. Like,
Yeah.
I know the sample. And I'm
getting it from a different angle.
Oh! But then if you listen to the words of what he's saying on this record, because I actually had re-listened to that record, like Prodigy was beyond his motherfucking pen. Like,
yeah. He had some.
He's a drama. Like, it's funny. It's like he could write a movie if he was still here. Because it's like his pen game was really sweet.
But then 2 weeks later, same club, I'm in there, the record come on, and they going crazy.
So now they have time to
video,
see
everything he's saying, now it done hit.
Yeah.
And now they know.
Now to know the record.
I know it's a hit. I know it's a record.
When it came to breaking records, that was the DJ job, right? That was the DJ.
That was when I saw a visible shift. Was around that time because now you didn't have the luxury of letting it breathe and building up a vibe or a crowd organically. Now everybody's on the cash out, and it's been like that ever since. And so, but the compromise for me is luckily I get booked to do me now.
That's dope.
So I mean, I got enough skin in the game. I got enough flight time. Like, well,
so they want J2.
They want J2,
and whatever J2 is going to bring.
And there it is. And I mean, and they know that could also be different things, though.
Yeah.
It don't necessarily got to be like something like this. It could be some.
He's an eccentric DJ.
But just it's the minute you think you figured it out, I'm going to do something else. Because I'm gonna pay attention to what you're expecting, and I'm like, I got to change it up.
Yeah.
And that's just to make it safer for me. So when I do go left, it don't completely fuck nobody up. I give myself enough room to whip.
But what's your left?
Left to me is like I might go in and do like a damn hour of dub or something.
Okay. Yeah.
And that ain't left for me, but it would be left if you came.
Based off of the
I might throw some of that stuff in there, but like an hour of just like some dub or something. Yeah, people might be like, well, what the fuck is he doing now?
And if he go DJing Underline, it's gonna be a totally different reaction to his set.
Exactly. I mean, but you know what? I'm gonna be honest. When I play for people that are not from here, or I play not in Chicago, the
reception,
the response is usually pretty different. Chicago is gotten very, very stale in that regard. But the hope is there are a lot of young people that are really, really into some different kind of music, man. And I've been getting a lot of younger.
They're gonna be asking you to play some anime shit.
A
lot of these kids be into anime. I'll be like, "Where's this song?"
They ready.
Oh, this is on.
But that's the experiment.
Go, you.
But that's also
like, what?
In their own way, they're digging because they're finding obscurities that's not on mainstream sources.
I get it, but it's still not the popular vote. But
no, they
That's
got
the point,
the theme song, the Pokemon.
They got
Well, I ain't
nights converted to what's that? What do they call it? Like city pop?
Yeah.
City pop. Like they got
yeah.
whole nights now devoted just to
Just
new
to that.
Japanese sounds or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's cool, man. Look, open it up. First time, what's that record? The Yellow Magic record? I mean, come on, that's not the normal record.
Nah, it's not.
That is distinctly got an Asian feel to it.
Have you ever done a set where people walked off the floor?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I done got booed, everything. I feel like you ain't really doing it if you ain't never got booed.
Because you got to push your boundaries.
Man, you have to.
Well,
that's real.
You have never really done the thing if you haven't gotten booed or somebody or cleared the. Man, look, I saw Theo Parrish play one time at the Shrine, and he hit something that had a crazy extended interlude, and he was just sitting around and watching. I'm like, I don't know where this record's gonna end up with, man. I bet it's gonna be hot. And boy, when that beat dropped, I was like, I knew it, man. I believed in you.
Right.
I'm all for that, man.
I like
I
that.
love getting surprised. I love getting turned on to new music.
I like that too,
I
yo.
don't go around asking anybody what they, what's that, what's this, what's that. I don't Shazam people. Let them. I want to get turned on to some new shit. There's still a bunch of shit out there that I don't know nothing about.
That's true.
I'm banking on it.
So what you play is like your signature, and you don't want to take anybody else's
you
signature.
would want it to be.
Yeah.
And I know it's always somebody in the corner like fucking Shazamming me and shit.
Yeah.
So
Nigga, you love that.
Yeah,
Not all of it, man. Not all of it. Just like it's stuff I bring over. Like when we do that short shot, it's stuff I bring over.
That's good.
He don't. He like.
I ain't
Like
never
on one
heard
of them shows, he said, like, man, he brought a lot of new stuff over here. It's dope. I hadn't heard it. He's playing stuff I've heard it. I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
now
saying?
it's your time to get introduced to this.
Yeah,
So
man.
this is like the people similar to this. People are being exposed to y'all, the way y'all operate, to
Right.
y'all culture with the music.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's
it's
get
fun.
to the short shot. You know what I mean?
Well, first,
Well, let's get before the short shot. You guys still do HBK?
no, I haven't been on HBK in years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bones still up there.
Yeah,
He's
Bones
still
is
up there?
Bones is still doing
Shout out
Late
to
Short Drive
Bones,
Radio.
man.
Man.
Let's do another video. Bones fun as hell to work with.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what you said, because he gave his ID and everything. He gave all his info.
Yeah, right.
Bones was like, where they was
I'll
like,
do it.
let me get your social
New York
security
nigga.
number. Yeah.
DNA. Fingerprints.
They was the university was wilding on that tip to me. But yeah, Bones got that going. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But y'all used to do HBK. What was the history of that? Oh, what you guys do?
Well, when JP Chill, well, I just learned this recently. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I learned this online. I thought JP Chill just was like, hey, you guys come do the show, whatever, because I had known JP Chill for a while. But what really ended up happening was, I guess he wanted Third Rail, and Third Rail was,
NUR.
not only
Third
NUR.
Rail.
Nah, at the time, he's Guardian Angel, and I believe around the time he was trying to get him to do it,
Oh, he was doing some final fight. He was fighting Hagar.
I think it was I think the motherfucker that he trained with broke his leg though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this was the story. The motherfucker that he trains with broke his leg, so he couldn't do it.
God damn.
So then it was just like, well, Tego was like, well, get them to do it, because he couldn't, he was
So he
on the,
couldn't physically,
he couldn't physically get there. He was
with
on
the
the mend.
records and all that.
Yeah, he was on the mend.
If you got your leg like this, where you gonna go in there?
Yeah, he was on the mend. So we was there, and then just opportunity. Ding, ding.
I'm gonna give some more color to that. It started before that.
Oh, really?
Because I was on there with Sway.
That's when I used to go to.
We started on the Thursday on the Dusty show. Then I had dipped because I started gigging. So this is late '90s. But then in the early to mid 2000s, I started doing one of the hip hop slots, and that was actually, I was calling it Soul Control Radio.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So that was
Oh,
actually the
shit.
precursor to Lakeshore Drive Radio.
Okay.
If we gonna go
we
all the
gonna
way,
go
if we gonna go all the way there, that was.
But I think he was trying to give that slot that we ended up getting
Yeah, I'm
to
sure.
Third Rail,
Okay.
and he couldn't get there.
He couldn't do it.
I didn't know that until later. I was under the guise of like what he's saying, because we had already been.
Steven Seagal broke his leg. He would have been
More like
able
Van
to get
Damme. More
out.
like Van Damme.
I'll stick with Steven Seagal
that's
because he
fucked up,
broke
man.
your leg.
Yeah, that
Steven
was
Seagal.
Nobody wanted to be Steven Seagal.
But yeah, I
I'll
mean,
stick with Steven.
HBK, that was some good. That was some good training ground, because I mean, that was the first time I ever actually been inside a radio station. Me, him, and this this asshole we used to hang out with rode up there when we was about 15.
Okay.
And it was JP Chill's show.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a bunch of asshole graph writers in there. And that shit almost turned into a thing because they had a lot of slick shit to say. But HBK was just always a part of the thing.
They were in the other room then. Like, cats don't remember they room that me and Taiwan shot the video in.
Yeah.
When you used to go in there, it was in the back room that's out with the window. They were in that room.
DJing and mixing it up.
The whole studio was in that room.
one room.
Back in the 80s, the whole studio was in that other room.
Knew that.
And then later on, we came back. They were in the room where you first walk in and right there. But they used to be in that other room where they keep the turntables.
Yeah, all that shit in the bank.
And the 15s.
Another broadcast booth.
There's another problem. But that was when we first went in. JP Chill, Chili Q, they was all in that room.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They was in that other room.
So how long y'all do the Lakeshore Drive show?
Yeah.
I had to have started like around 2007. Sometime between 2007, 2009, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because that was pretty much when I was, because I work on weekends.
Right.
So I started bringing these dudes in.
Yeah, because that shit was like a jail sentence, man. You be in there from like 10 to 3:30 in the morning, bro.
Yeah.
That's the shift. That's the definitely, yeah.
Bro. You come out and it be the birds be weep, 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 weep.
They waking up.
Yeah.
I was playing some tunes though.
Man, it's a good time. It was, look, can't ask for better learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Without no, like goofy ass GCI or nothing.
And man, bro, you get a fucking playlist and shit. You can't even play the records you really want to play on there.
No,
We
that's the
dealt
point.
with commercial radio ourselves, and it was like, opportunity was there, and everyone's like, nah, we kind of want to do what we want to do. You know what I mean? Even if it means playing that HBK.
exactly.
Where's the fun in that?
Yeah, it's no fun because
But it was
like,
about the program, which is where we are now. That's what led to where we are.
yeah,
Controlling everything.
right. So y'all do the short shot now on Southside Radio
Southside
Live. Shout out to Southside Radio.
Pam and
AJ.
AJ.
Yeah. So how y'all get into that mix? Is this some natural things you guys do, or is it just a different
We
format?
had definitely talked about it since we hadn't been on HBK.
Right.
I would say, I mean, full transparency, my first idea was fuck HBK, let's take shit. I'm saying, I was thinking, let's take Lakeshore Drive Radio over to the Chicago hip hop music.
nice. Okay.
Because they got that studio
They got that
in there.
set up there too.
Right? And I was just like, why we going to HBK when we could be going over here, black folks, I ain't got to deal with all that.
Rigmarole.
It's already hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, also life. So moving, shaking. I kept running into AJ organically.
AJ, everyone run.
Yeah, AJ be
He
out.
played the drums, right? So he was with Mind Swimmer.
Yeah.
Right? Him, Prashad,
Adad
was in there. Simeon. Simeon.
Yeah.
I recorded some stuff with him.
Yeah.
So we run into each other in the studio. And then he was telling me about the radio. He kept bringing up J2. Like, I done ran into J2. I'm trying to get him. And then after a minute, I was just like, this it right here. Like,
Right.
let's just do something with that. And I mean, if I'm being truthful, and Jay can correct me if I'm wrong, but we really just kind of, man, all we do in there is sit in there, play records, smoke weed, know what I'm saying?
Good stuff.
Turn on the
Good job.
and just talk shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think the fact that we just kind of known each other so long, it lends to a certain type of chemistry where, you know what I'm saying, we can kind of see
You know
where
exactly.
each other is going,
Yeah.
and, you know, and where, you know, how to play off each other and everything. So it just made it real easy. And then it also made it easy because, like I said, we can record it at his crib.
Yeah.
I'm not
You don't
stuck
have to
in
be
it.
dealing in going in spaces you don't
If
want to
I'm
be
stuck
in.
over there 3 hours, we don't record it 2, 3 of them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I mean, we do it once a month, and I'm gonna say we probably got a year done already.
Nice.
You know
Oh,
what I'm
that's
saying?
crazy. So you pre-record.
Yeah, we
We
pre-record.
just set up some time. We just recorded
Just
as much
record.
as we could.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Okay.
That's dope.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
So
real.
we're on extended hiatus right now.
And y'all
Yeah.
get to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Refresh.
man, work
recharge.
smarter, not harder.
Right.
Very
You know
much
what I
so.
mean?
I fuck
Yeah.
with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of my mottos.
I mean, because then also, you know, I think too, it's just the age that we're at. For me, I just don't have the type of time to kind of like, okay, well, we gonna do this. Let's do one, set it up, and then I gotta scramble.
And do other stuff and
Nah,
run
but,
around. Yeah.
Like my scramble now with that is really just kind of putting all the tags in there and making sure it sound a certain way, right? I'm running it, you know, kind of mastering it a little bit and
Okay.
slapping the little call tags on there and, you know, trying to get drops and
Right,
put in
right.
there for, you know, other than that, yeah, we did all the skeleton is there,
Nice.
That's dope.
you know.
So I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and get into your short shot shit. How about that? I'm gonna let J2
Short
play
shot
some.
shit.
I mean, man, you
Yeah.
know.
He been
Let
playing it for a
J2 play
minute.
some
Yeah,
records.
I'm just fucking around, man, because you know I'm in a
Oh,
different
y'all bought
space.
some goodies too, huh?
I
Yeah,
did.
what's in the bag?
I did bring
He got a
stuff.
goodie bag.
I did bring some records, some stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
let him get back here. He don't
Yeah,
be
yeah.
doing this shit. Yeah.
No, I don't be doing that.
Yeah.
Are you good on the ones and twos like that? See race
Your
on the
ass
ones
up,
and
man.
twos.
I do DJ, but even when we doing the short shot, I'm not on them
Nah,
turntables.
but he
Yeah.
manning the computer and I'm
We already-
watching the mic
we
levels
already-
and the
wow.
fucking I'm about to
I'm
take.
good.
Right.
We don't
this-
have
Yeah,
like
yeah,
as
yeah.
much of the luxurious
Okay, well, I'm gonna
Here's
use
some of the
washroom.
stuff like I would have
Turn off
probably
my
bought
mic.
over. This something I
Use
bought.
washroom.
I was trying to get the
Or you
vinyl.
gonna
with
mute
this,
it?
but This motherfucker.
Which is that?
Okay,
The
that's me.
Oh, the
Yeah.
silent partner. Okay, word.
Yeah, the vinyl of this is like $200, and that's $200 I'm not
Yeah, that's a little bit.
about to spend right now. But I probably would, you know, pull it off one.
The physical finally came out.
Yeah, they got some vinyl and a CD.
The vinyl, I ain't never seen the CD. I seen the vinyl.
Then going through my little CD collection. This one of my, I really like the Pathfinder song on here. I like
Who? What is that?
this, the Equally Vested CD.
By who?
That's gonna be your best option.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, okay. I didn't put it in your face.
Right, like-
Here, you look, nigga.
Right.
I tried to. Yeah, that ain't gonna show
It
up.
ain't gonna show. It's all like
That's too much.
rainbows and sunshine. My bad.
Yeah, and it's dusty.
Do my job.
Yeah, that's
Show
you
them the
know, shout out to
perfection.
Jamil from the Pathfinder. He got that remix on there.
Wait,
But-
it's another group called the Pathfinders?
Nah, the same one that Tall Black was.
No, I'm talking about fucking Stone and
Oh.
D Stove and fucking Black
shit,
Dean from-
battle.
Name rights.
Here we
I'm
go.
just saying, they was the
It's
first
D
Pathfinders I ever heard of.
It's leaders of the new school versus young black teenagers.
Ooh.
Who's
That's
gonna get the
hilarious.
name?
That's hilarious.
And then some other joints and some super sounds joints that
Ooh.
you know. Boom, this is
That's
what
that
I did
Black
with
Beard.
Jelly, Blackbeard. We ain't really. This record probably didn't get that much love because no video. Speaking of, we never did a video for it. We shot one, but I never was
Well,
able.
we gotta shoot some videos.
We
I'm
shoot
all
one.
about shooting videos for stuff that need to be shot for. You know what I mean?
Well, let's do it. Cause
Shoot 'em up.
that one, you know, I didn't get no videos for that one.
All right.
So that's what I brought. Some of those, the records. This is My Beautiful Addiction
Ooh,
by C. Jills.
that's
Shout
a
out to
dope
C.
cover.
Jills.
That's new.
That's a dope
Yeah, it's a
cover.
newer one. Got it got AM on it, Sleep Sinatra,
Shout out
Donald Mayhem.
Ooh. Donald Mayhem.
You know what I'm saying? Andreas Haley.
Yeah.
You know. So another one didn't have a video, but it's a video coming for this one. You know, to help. So, you know, over at Super Sounds, these are some limited runs too. 25 to 50.
Now, do you do digital? Because I know that other guy in the back, he doesn't.
That other guy.
He doesn't do that.
Yeah, it's on digital.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just asked because
Do
the
that one.
importance of creating vinyl and preserving this music and everything that you're doing. Is it worth doing digital?
I would say it's a promotional tool.
Mm.
I would, you know, I mean, it's like social media. Everybody's on it. So
Right. Right.
hopefully you can get
Some
it
type
across to
of.
somebody. But
So it's a loss leader for marketing.
yeah, that's a great way to put it,
Yeah.
I would say. And this is a fifth. And
Fifth?
Tony Stanza,
What's
This
up, man?
actually, Fifth told me this is his first completed full project on vinyl.
Word.
Yes.
Damn.
Shout out to Fifth, man.
Dope record. It
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a dope cover.
got some
Yeah.
videos for it. Funny thing, I love to tell this story because I didn't know.
Mhm.
Do you know what Brother Rugi is?
No.
No.
So, you know, the FBI was tapping the Black Panther,
Got you.
right?
Right.
And they kept hearing them talk about a person named Brother Rugi. Well, it turns out when they got into court, turned out Brother Rugi was marijuana.
Hell no. Hell no.
So
But they trying to catch
to
Brother
find
Ruby.
Brother Rugi.
He everywhere.
But
Yeah. Fine, Rugi.
Still bonbons and cheeses.
Right. Brother Ruby's with Rick James, everybody.
Hey, he
I
wild.
go get into
Wild
the.
boy.
Let me see.
That's fucked up.
That's,
That's how
yo,
dumb they are.
but that's the code. That's the
That's
code.
cold. That's
You know
how
what I mean?
cold.
You ain't gonna catch shit.
Cold.
You ain't gonna catch. Yeah, we a bug. Man, get the fuck out of here. Right.
They're like, hey, you need to go holler at Brother Rugi in the hall out there. Go in
Yeah.
the back and talk to Brother Rugi.
Rugi.
So speaking of bridging the gap
Yee,
And-
look at that cover.
and younger, you know, older and younger artists, this is Jalen Wade.
Mm.
He's a young cat. Jay Wade and Dr. Mindbender.
Ah, nice.
Sirens
Man,
Kid.
you showing all these bread. Come on back here, homie.
Yeah. And then one more.
What's that one? What's that one?
This is Bob Chin.
Oh, what up, Chin?
That's
Yeah,
it.
Chin dropping this Sunday.
To
Okay.
Super Sounds?
All of it super
Super
sound.
Nice.
Fully
nice.
produced by SC.
Oh.
With
Oh.
I want to say
Some niggas spoiled. God damn. All at sea.
all SC. He got Mickey Fax on here,
Nice.
Easy O'Hara,
Shit.
Griffin.
Well,
Oh.
Griff.
You know what I'm
You Fly
saying?
Nerd Group.
And then one last, and I come back there. One last. I got a test press of this one. I don't have. Oh shit! I got lost up in here.
Lost in the
You got an
shuffle.
exclusive for us? You got a test
Yeah, he
press?
got a first appearance.
And by the way, if y'all don't know, Race runs Super Sounds Records. So all these records
Yeah, that's the
coming
way-
out, you can find.
go.
You go to Super Sounds. What is it? Supersounds.com or
SuperSoundsLLC.com.
LLC.com. Okay.
So then this is Richard Harrow. It's a 45, but it's actually an EP.
Fuck awesome.
So
So how many songs on there?
That's your shit.
yeah, Buck Awesome, and then I got a alter ego Count
Oh, no. Oh, shit.
Count Dooku. Right?
Yeah. So y'all got a joint together now?
Yeah, so it's a 45.
Dude, we gotta shoot a video for that with both characters.
That's
dude.
that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I
And
want
it's,
that.
It's 7 joints on here, but it's all on this 145.
Oh, that's dope.
So the songs are like, you know, the 45 only, each side only hold like 5 minutes. So you gotta imagine how fast
You
the
got to really
songs are.
work them, yeah.
They like, as soon as the beat drop,
Lyrics.
rap, motherfucker. No, I'm saying?
They ain't got no time for intros and all that fancy shit.
Ain't no game.
Like, no, you played it at your
I
house.
played it at my house when
I'm
you was
like,
helping me the
damn,
other
I know
day.
I heard it, but I've
Then I
never
brought
heard
these
it.
other two just so, you know, this Showbiz and AG.
Oh, that's class. Which one is that? Let me
This
see.
that one came out in 2012. That Take
Okay.
It Back.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's my joint. And then my homegirl put me on to this nigga here. And I kind of like this record. It's like a little bluesy artist, Son Little.
I like the cover. Who is that?
Just Son Little.
She sent it to me and
Just
it was
Son
a
Little.
song on there I liked that I
You
bought
said,
it.
I'm going to get it.
Yeah,
Aloha.
yeah.
All right, Race, we'll take your ass back there and
Yeah,
play
come
some
on, partner.
records.
Play
Yeah.
some records.
Partner.
Yeah.
Get on over here.
Play some.
Oh, the mic.
Take care of that. Hold on.
You falling, you don't know what to do now.
The doo-doo fest.
Oh, shit.
On cam.
And you know what? I'll
That's
say
fucked
that this music with what he's about to play probably would encapsulate what we do on the show.
On the show.
pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we recorded at my crib,
Mm-hmm.
so I got access to all my shit, but I'm very adamant that he brings whatever shit he has.
Right.
Usually he'll just hand me the record. I don't listen to it beforehand. I'll listen to it right then and pick whatever I feel like moves me, and that's how we come up with the shit.
Yeah, that's pretty
That's
much.
it.
Time for the shot.
It ain't rocket science. We're trying to, I don't know, man. Everything should be overproduced a lot of the time.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, man. I feel at this age, I'm feeling very loose about a lot of shit.
Right.
Some shit needs to be super produced, but a lot of shit don't.
It just needs to be moments. That's all.
Man, listen,
The moments is what matters.
We need more humanity.
Well,
I don't know, man.
To say, that's all you need.
We talking about people trying to fucking get us to believe AI is real and all this.
These the records I
shit.
played back here.
Down there, yeah, on the floor.
Man, he be fucking up my fucking streams.
I know this record.
Yeah.
That Dexter Wansley. Feel like my
Keep
mom.
calling him Dexter Wansley. That's somebody else altogether.
No,
Wanzel.
Wanzel. Oh yeah, you
That's
talking about
something else.
yeah the nigga that used to live next door.
Yeah, Ty Wansley.
Yeah.
He went to the housing board and told on old Race. Playing that dirt, all that filthy ass, filth farm.
Man,
Phil.
when he
Phil,
went and lawyered up.
He transcribed.
He
the shit we was
transcribed
over there
it.
listening to.
Went and lawyered up with Ed Verdoliak and put it on some Ed Verdoliak letterhead.
Unbelievable.
Hey, well.
Said, hey, you hear these? Do you want these black kids over here
These
talking
little
about
nigglets.
Yeah.
some burn down the devils? White people, do you hear this that they're saying? They live right here by you. You know what the white people
my
saying?
God.
We knew
That's
him,
hilarious.
we knew you.
Oh, so
And we know
wow.
he done babysit our kids. Man,
He
it's
good
during
folk.
the day. He good people.
good
That's
folk.
what they say.
Yeah.
I never forget he told me that shit. And I'm like, man, what is wrong with
That's
these
wild.
Negroes? Why? Did he ever come talk to you first?
He
did.
called my mom.
He called. He didn't
Damn.
even bother talking to y'all.
He called my mom, and she pretty much
called the
told him
mom.
I'm at work.
Like
What my son say?
Did he burn the building down?
damn.
And he said, your son basically told me fuck off. And she said, well, fuck off then.
Right. You get to stepping.
What'd he say? That's what I say.
Right.
Then she came back, did you say that? I pretty much did. You could have been nicer. I could have. Fuck
What the fuck?
Oh, you got a control over here.
Oh, he got a lot of shits over
He's
there.
over there getting busy.
No, I seen him over here fucking with it.
Yeah, you could scratch over what he doing. Well, if it's on.
Hey, we play a couple of these records, man.
Couple of records.
the vinyls.
I'm pretty much good on questions, so we good.
Oh, we okay.
Yeah, man, we appreciate y'all
No, for sure.
taking us back down memory lane and shit.
Hey, man, the story must be told.
Yeah, and that's why I do this. I create this platform for us to tell our story with no censorship. You know what I mean? No restrictions, no nothing, because this is our shit. It's
Do
our
y'all have a separate channel? Y'all do it on Southside Radio too, though.
Not this one.
No,
Nah,
This one is strictly for the visual.
Yeah,
This is strictly
is this
visual.
on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay.
It's on YouTube. You streaming anywhere else?
Not at this time for visuals. I just throw it on the YouTube to see how it works. This is like what's this, the fourth, fifth episode?
Yeah, this is the
Oh,
fourth.
for real?
Yeah.
Not y'all.
No, for this particular.
No, we do for
particular-
this particular series.
this
It's our
segment.
fourth, but we do
We've been doing it for
podcasts.
years,
Yeah, we do
yeah.
audio. We do visuals. We
Y'all
do.
was doing it over at Moses.
Yeah, I am.
Yep.
Yeah, we was there for about what, 2 years?
It's 2 years.
Yeah.
Is
Strong.
that where y'all started, or y'all started before that?
They
We started
started
before that.
audio that way, and then that was the first visual
Over
presentation.
that spot.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that spot really. We had some gems of some interviews there. We had, I think, who came through there? Like, so Vic came through there, Fillmore
Vic,
came through
Fillmore.
there,
We had
Ogun came through there.
Boom, clear.
Yeah.
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 Ashley Woods.
Ashley Woods came through there.
Yeah, we had some.
We had Microphone Misfits over there.
Microphone Misfits. Yeah, we had
We had a lot of people. J-Dot used to DJ for us up there.
So yeah,
We had Static come through. We had.
Oh, yeah.
We had a lot
Come
of.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Dude, they had me come over there and do an interview and DJ one time, man. And I fucked around. I was hitting some weed, dude. I fucking passed out.
At the place on the couch.
No, not on the couch. Like
Behind the turntable?
No.
Oh.
This before I even got home.
On the floor, nigga.
Flop.
Man, let me tell you,
Fell all over the
bro,
table.
I'm coughing, and next thing you know, boom! I just, I was coughing so hard, I fucking
You
got
passed
lightheaded.
out. So was that a health condition?
No, that was just a mean ass cough.
Oh.
Damn.
I wasn't able to get no air in.
Yeah, if you coughing like that, it's all
I
out.
don't really smoke blunt.
Okay.
You hand me a blunt of some ignorant shit.
That
That shit could happen, and it happened.
Yeah.
But normally I would be sitting down.
Right.
But I still got on it, did my set, did an interview or whatever. My homie was there. I was like, man, just keep an eye on me, dog.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's
Word.
good to have that homie.
Oh, no, man.
To watch stuff.
Because he saw it. He was like, I'm fucking impressed that you was able to get up and do a set and an interview after that. I'm like, I'm good. I didn't hit my head.
Right.
I ain't fucking sick. I didn't.
Hey, that's funny as
I
fuck.
just didn't know the potency, you know what I
Come on, man.
mean? Yeah.
Really spoke
Yeah, they hit you with that.
That could get you.
Yeah, you gotta be careful smoking after people, man.
Come
'Cause
on, man.
That's true.
some of these people be vets. Vets. They be smoking
Some of
after.
these
man,
people
look.
got the funny stuff
Well, then
in
you
there
get the
too.
late shit too.
Nah,
Yeah,
you know.
you
Nah,
funny
it was
niggas.
just-
Well, not there, but you know,
It was
man.
a fucking kill. That's what it was.
They're just that heavy shit. They
It
smoking
was.
smokers.
Man, I had this cat, man, from the UK. I had some guys brought him over to the house, man,
What's this?
and he had like
Just
some,
that showbiz and AG.
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
had
that shit.
some edibles. And they had came to the crib, and I was about to go do a set, and like a dummy, I ate the whole thing.
No, you know. Okay,
And I
you.
know, and I violated the number one rule because I'm like, I ain't never had it before. You're supposed to eat half of it. see how
Yeah,
it
you're
works.
supposed to. Yeah.
Especially if you don't know what the how much.
I always eat the whole.
Well, see, but again,
I ain't got
you
no
fucking
time.
charm.
I ain't got no
You
time.
fucking charm. You charm.
You give me a Reese Pieces size, like I'm not going to save half of that.
Nah, fuck
I'm going
that.
to smash it.
You shit was gone. You was gone. Yeah,
I
fuck
was
that. I've done that, and nah, you end up in some fucked up spaces.
No, it was about an hour into it. I heard one of them cosmic echoes and shit from the center of the universe. I'm like, whoa, it's about to be on. I'm like, luckily the booth was small enough I could kind of prop myself
That's
up
what
on
I'm
the back.
saying. See, he like,
So I could just wedge myself in there and fucking keep DJing.
because you feel like you moving with the breeze type
All I
shit.
wanted to do is just lay down. I
Yeah.
didn't want to go to sleep. I just wanted to lay on the
Lay
floor.
down.
You ain't never felt like that where like you feel like like if
Off
you
of edibles?
like you think you standing still, but you really like this.
Yeah, I felt like that.
Yeah, you be like moving, like and shit around you feel like it's like you right here, but all of a sudden you far away.
Well,
I
that's a
smoke
little.
opium and the edibles is about as close as
That's-
I've ever felt as,
Okay.
as high as I was smoking.
Off of that whole thing, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck that. Be careful.
That OP.
Build your
Be careful. That's
build
all
your
I got
tolerance
to say.
build your tolerance
Race
up.
though,
Yeah.
he was there. That was an infamous night
What happened?
when we smoked the 4 blunts with, and the 3 of them had the hash, and the last one had the opie and hash.
Oh yeah.
Those are days. Yeah, those are days.
Let's not do that again.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was the last time I smoked some fucking opie.
I'm quite sure that was.
That's the funny shit to say.
Quite sure
Let's
that
not
was.
do that again.
Motherfucking,
It was one of them things.
Heisenberg.
That's some funny shit.
Hey, I remember why they, you whenever you see them in the opium dens in the movies, they all laid out on
They just like-
pillows and shit.
Right.
I'm like,
They
I
just be
understood
sleeping.
why. I
That's
understood.
crazy.
I'm like, I'm good.
And then most of the time, if you notice, they lay before they start.
They know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, they be getting comfortable first. They be like, all right.
Got me a comfy, cozy
Yeah.
spot.
They be always like propped up with their legs crossed and shit like
Out
that.
of space.
You about to be permanent for a while.
You about to get out of space.
You might as well be on hiatus.
Oh, that's cool. When your head pop up in between the wings.
Yeah, that's dope as hell.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that fentanyl do to people nowadays. That fent be putting you on, you be bang.
They be having that should be turning people into fucking upside.
Yeah, they be just like
views and
this.
shit.
They be just stuck like this.
Well, man.
That's
But that's not cool
If
though.
they lucky. If they unlucky, it's gonna take them out of there.
But it's impressive because you be seeing them like, how are you not falling over? You've been like that for
Still
5
some
minutes
part
straight,
of-
10 minutes.
still some part
Yeah.
of them that's awake.
It's
and
enough.
conscious enough that's fighting that shit.
It remind me of that drug off of it was that I think it was the same thing that was on Cowboy Bebop where everybody else moving really slow.
Yeah, I never seen. I
I know
the
what
whole
you're talking
episode of
about.
that, but
Nah.
It sounds like that.
Cause I feel like that's what they moving. For them, they moving normal, but it's like really, really, really
Blowing
slow.
up their time.
Yeah, cause the way they be moving, it's like how you stay like that. You be staying like precarious,
Because your
like stuck
body,
in a walk. You like
you're getting these different chemicals in your body, so your body going.
That's crazy. I was watching this house documentary about, and they was talking about Ron Hardy and how he would pitch his music up when he used to play at the music box.
yeah.
And the dude Robert Williams was like, yeah, that's because he was a heroin addict. And so
So he
tried
would
to
speed it
do
up because
he said they sounded too slow and he didn't want it to sound so.
Cause he's in a different time.
He was, he was probably hearing it
Oh,
slow.
right,
So to get
right.
it to where it sounded normal.
He had to
did
speed
shit
it up.
Speed it up.
That shit's
While
crazy.
motherfuckers, oh shit.
And yeah, you listen to us, but then I hear some of that shit and it was perfect. The pitch was right where it was supposed to be. So maybe that was before the shit kicked in.
Who's your favorite DJ experience that you ever listened to?
Ooh. Ever in Chicago, I'm gonna say, I don't know, man. The parties at Medusa's was pretty intense.
Okay.
And so that was Lil Lewis. And that was just as much about the space as it was about him. He was definitely like a cleaner mixing version of a lot of what was going on back then. And he was breaking them tracks out. But man, I wanna say I went to a party in London one time in '97. It was a dub party.
Okay.
I don't know who the DJ was. It was intense. Because the sound was amazing. There was a bunch of shit I don't hear, and then, but the attention to the sound over there was something else. Like, they cared a lot about how they shit sound. And every place I went, it got progressively better. And it
That's
started off high.
Okay. Oh,
And it still was.
And it
yeah,
just
and got
kept
better
getting
off of
better.
that. Yeah, that's
It kept
tough.
getting better. I don't know, man. I never really got a chance to hear like a Frankie or a Ronnie in their
And
environment.
that's Frankie Beverly.
Knuckles.
Frankie Knuckles. Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah, I wish
Frankie
I wish
Beverly
I could-
Mays. Yeah,
Look,
yeah,
I wish
yeah.
I heard Frankie Beverly.
Yeah.
I want to hear him DJ.
DJ.
I mean, look,
That
you can
would be
sing,
dope,
too.
right? Yeah.
If I heard him DJ, I'd be like,
I would
yeah,
want to see
heard
Rick James DJ.
Ooh.
You know that would be-
Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
something.
that would be
Hey,
funky.
who else? It's a dude here named Trax. He's interesting.
Mm.
I think he busted out. I heard him at Danny's one night. He had the soundtrack to Shogun Assassin.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
And he throws this shit on, and I'm like, yo, what soundtrack is this from? Because I just watched the movie, but I can't remember what movie. And he showed it to me. I'm like,
Oh,
That's heavy.
yeah, anytime I can hear, like, yeah, man, just melt my face off, dog.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I need my brain to be fucked with and changed.
Give me
Yeah.
that experience, that
Yeah, man,
moment.
because I got, I didn't spend my entire life collecting records, listening to music. So when I hear some shit that I know that I don't have,
That's very much rewarding.
man, I love
Yeah,
that shit.
I can see
I
that.
absolutely love it. But there's so many people, man, that I played it. You ever heard, what's the spot? Pod Lassie?
Where? In Chicago?
And it's in Chicago, Logan Square. It's on like maybe Central Park in Milwaukee.
Okay. West.
And it's like the last proper dance club I played.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
This was last year. But that dude, I heard that dude tracks in there. I went in there one night before I played it.
You treated me
Yeah.
like
And
Morris Day
dude,
in
Trax
fucking
was
Purple
playing,
Rain.
and I swear to God.
You
It
DJ?
sounded like thunder and war was about. Whatever he was finna do was about to be intense. But he
Play some of that.
definitely.
Oh, so you got about 10?
I heard Rush at the Reactor.
Mm.
He was dope. Him and Ron
DJ
Tripp
did that
used to-
cover.
Back when the Reactor first started.
Yeah.
Ron was dope, but Rush was different.
Mm.
Rush was very different.
How different?
He was just so the style that a lot of the cats play now, that the rare grooves, dirty disco DJs
Yeah.
like Darren.
That's a good question.
Brian Reed,
That's-
Sada,
Yeah. Yeah. And we probably gonna go there. If they suggest it, they like,
Rush
hey,
was like the first person I heard play like that. Like really dirty
On that?
soul.
Really digging deep.
Yeah,
Maybe.
he was the first one I
if
really
that.
heard.
I
like
think
that.
it was
Ron
about
touched on it,
22.
but I don't know if Rush was fucking with the drugs like Ron. So the delivery was probably
Was
a little
different.
clean.
Yeah.
That definitely changed. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean,
That affects.
That helps. Yeah,
Ron was
it
fucking with
affects.
that
Yeah.
dope, but he was probably fucking with coke too.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, one
Up and down. Yep. Got to be
There
up
it
and
is.
down.
Rush was dope.
They want effects.
Did I ever hear anybody in New York that wowed me? Not really. The dopest dude I ever heard in New York
wanna
was
say
a cat I
what was-
never heard of.
Might have been.
And he did an all 45 set on a rotary mixer, which is
A
different.
rotary
wow.
mixer. Yeesh.
On a rotary mixer in A1 Records.
Wow.
And it's online somewhere. And I played it after him, but I was terrible.
Do you travel around
You
it?
say
Not that much.
Because I was gonna say you've been overseas.
That's the
I ain't
I'm
never
out
really
there?
played. The furthest away from home I
Shit.
played is like Toronto,
Okay.
Hurry up. Hurry up. This shit
New York.
fucking
I mean, but I just played in New York. I just played at A1 Records. That just
Says, oh,
I was out there on something else, and I was in the store shopping.
it got me.
There was a cat in there playing, I'm like, man, this dude is ass, man. So
See, this is what I love, right? This is what I'm talking about. He will Ebert your shit.
But I like that. That's the way.
He will.
I just went and I asked the dude, the dude behind the counter. I'm like, yo, man, what I got to do? Next time I come here, man, can I play?
Yeah.
And he's like, man, where you from? I'm like, I'm from Chicago. He's like, man, I remember seeing you in there because every time I go out there, I go in there.
Yeah.
Went back to
And then the
25.
next time I was out there,
These
I
are the-
played out
these
there.
probably the last of the. This might be the last of the. Jalen Wade was probably the
I
last of
just
the.
talked my way into it. I'm like, if that dude
Good old
can play,
Chicago way.
Yeah, yeah.
if that
Yeah,
dude
y'all
can
let
play,
him play. I got to
know
play.
I
We
can
still
play.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
come
and
on.
then it's online. It's man, who else? Who have I
And that's
heard
what me and him
that
been
just
talking
blew
about.
me
Like,
away?
bro, they ain't
Nobody.
That's about, see?
Like nobody, like no
like that.
Not really.
Yeah,
executioners and not, like, do you go for technique or blend or record
Both.
selection?
Both.
Okay.
Both. I tell you what, man.
Like I
you
was
don't
telling
really
him, I was
DJ
like,
bro,
bro.
mixing like that. But
Yeah.
Ayana Contreras got one of the dopest collections.
I bought a Jungle
Oh, really?
Brothers
I can see
Okay.
that.
She got
Amazon.
crazy 45.
Right.
Who that shit?
It came number.
from?
So like you looking.
See,
at
you talking
these,
to a
like,
Ronin
oh,
right here. He's like
I got
he's like the
so-and-so,
the
so.
masterless
I
DJ.
see how many. Saw the
He a blind nigga, you know what I mean? He just like shit.
What's the name? Donald
Low.
He just
Like, oh,
you know, motherfuckers will be on the board and then, you know, he be like,
What's going on?
Hey, man,
whatever.
enough lifetime in.
They
where
can't
I'm
move
confident enough.
a couple
Yeah.
hundred
I
records.
fuck with anybody.
Mm.
You know who impresses me though?
Who?
I'm like, nah, this is something different going
Okay.
on.
oh, nice.
Okay.
Jesse De La Peña, when he's inspired,
And he's put
probably
in
one of
work
the-
too.
Yeah.
Dude,
We gotta get
been
him
around.
too.
Good point, yeah.
You should.
Yeah.
He's been around long, out active.
Yeah,
longer
doing
than I have,
Yeah.
and I have never heard that man flub a play. Never.
For real?
Man.
30,
Hey, Peña cold.
35 years. I've never heard fuck a
Think
play.
about all my CDs and shit. Oh, man.
Never.
No, you good. You good.
There's certain stuff that's only on there. You know what I'm saying?
He's dope. My man Brian Reeves is dope.
Oh, Brian Reed.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's dope. Like, we play a lot together. Because, like, B is one of them guys that I'm always pulling in. Just 'cause it's fun. Dervis is not as tight on the mix. Dervis has actually probably been spending the least amount of time. It's like, damn, because it's like, he really only started around 2000.
See, I'm scared to bring up names because I don't want him to Ebert them. So,
Nah, bring up names though, cause I don't know.
I mean, if you ask me, I'm going to tell.
hey, Alvarez.
He's solid. We
Yeah.
don't really get along. I mean, we're civil. How about that?
Got you. Okay, understood.
He's solid. He's solid on the mix.
Yeah.
He don't fuck up.
He-
Not,
yeah, he
not
has
super
some-
imaginative, but he's solid as hell to me. I mean, I booked him for shit. I broke bread with him.
Illa.
Jay Illa?
Illa J.
Raw
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, Jay Illa.
Raw as shit.
Yeah.
Jay Illa is, I mean, he might be too raw.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Like, you don't know.
Now, he also got the balance because he can do,
He can do anything.
but then he can play for the audience.
He can do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, he's super duper sound.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'd just be like,
Is he
Slow
from the
down.
Twilight Tone camp?
Nah,
No.
this is more now.
well, no.
Well, he
no,
been
him
around.
him and Timbuktu was real tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
that's
him-
okay.
I guess so. You
Right.
connected that way. Yeah.
Twilight
Okay, I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I ain't. Look, Jay Illa's he's a monster.
Yeah.
Okay.
I ain't gonna front.
Yeah, because I fuck
What
with it.
else you got?
I'm like, I think that's
Nah,
enough.
keep going.
I do one more, and then that's it.
All right.
Dwayne.
Who?
Power.
Dwayne? Okay, yeah.
So I have to give him the PED asterisk. Performance enhancing devices.
Yeah,
That's
ever
my
since he
man.
lost his vinyl, he just gave up on that.
Oh, so he
don't
do
think
the
he
lot
never
of-
had no vinyl. He ain't been DJing with no vinyl ever.
I
He,
remember
he might have had some vinyl back in the early 90s.
Yeah, yeah. And then he got
Man, come on, dog.
He
Come
sold
on,
it.
man.
Stop, man.
I didn't see that one coming. I see why you were saying what you said. I didn't see that coming.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't see
Come
that
on,
one.
dog. It's been 30 years.
All right, so
Yeah.
do I have a
I'm telling you, the
DJ?
was the time to come up on vinyl.
Yeah.
Boy, you can come up on everything, man. You wasn't paying more than $30 for shit. So I'm not going for that excuse, man.
Okay. Fair enough.
However,
This is what I have to say.
He even shit. See, that's what I'm saying.
If you're on the controller,
Yeah.
that's cool. You're proficient on the controller. He's not fucking with nobody on vinyl. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But in a short amount of time, he has separated himself in a way that I've never seen anybody do.
yeah,
That might be a whole bunch of reasons for that. I'm not gonna let that take away from what he brings to it. Not my thing, but I still like. It's a reason he gets booked, so I can't front on it.
Word.
But it's basically like chosen few DJs, Dwayne Powell, everybody else on the South.
Yeah.
Everybody else is picking up their crumbs.
Yeah, that's real.
that's true.
So
That's honest.
I mean, I'm one of the crumb picker up.
Crumb
Yeah.
I
snatcher.
don't really play on the
You a
South
crumb
side.
snatcher?
Well, I don't really
You
play on
crumb
the South side.
snatcher.
dog. Not as much as I would like.
Why not?
Because they got him locked. And it ain't that many places
So
as it is.
Dwayne.
It's Dwayne,
Yeah.
the chosen few DJs,
Ron Carter.
everybody else.
So what's up with the chosen few? Why are you not a chosen few?
They are strictly in the house, kind of like the house.
Okay.
dance
That's their
lane.
realm, yeah.
And so I get to the dance part of the thing,
Yeah.
but dude, that's like,
But that's not
I'm
your
not
strong-
starting at 10 o'clock at 120 beats per minute.
That's
And then doing
yeah.
the whole night at that.
And, but where do you
Yeah.
go after that?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
going to give yourself a heart attack.
Fam,
Everybody
jump
on
to
it.
20 off the
Y'all doing
GP.
jumping jack for 5 hours?
They ain't never said
And they doing something behind the
Yeah, behind the fans. Fans are something else.
Keisha, get the yayo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's one of them situations.
But nah, it's that, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and I mean, look, I can't even front because, yeah, he done worked himself into a fantastic position.
Yeah, he
You
has his
know,
own lane.
And he don't sound like the rest of the house jocks on the South Side. It's just that the house thing is so prevalent south of Roosevelt.
Yeah.
And it just fucking blows me, dog. And not in a good way.
Right.
See, Everts.
I love it.
Do you have a residency now?
I have a residency at Quality Time in Logan Square.
Okay.
And a residency at the ASOP 95th Street Red Line Terminal. all
Oh,
I
you
do-
still do that?
All I do is just play records. It's like being at on the
I
radio.
didn't know that was still going on.
There too.
Yeah.
Liaison.
No, I'm not the liaison. I'm only the booth liaison when the real booth liaison ain't there.
He don't want.
I don't have the key right now. That was true what you're saying. I'd have the key right now.
Ah.
Key holder.
I'm not, man. This ain't Ghostbusters. I'm not.
Key master.
I ain't got all that, but and I just got finished with some stuff at the Stony Island Arts Bank.
What's up?
But even that, you know, it's like it's Dwayne, Celeste, and everybody else.
Then you fill in when you can.
So, nah, man, it's I wish it's weird. As funky as it is, it's funky. It's so much funky shit that has happened on the South Side. This shit is so narrow, man, and it fucks with me.
Sharice, have you been there? Sharice listening bar yet?
Chairs.
Chairs. Is that
Yep,
it?
Yep. I went in there once. We're probably gonna be doing something with them soon because
That's what I was figuring it was coming.
yeah, but that ain't even a spot to get loose in.
Nah, because it's like really small, and it's like you
And it's
really at the
quiet.
got right there.
It's kinda
Yeah.
quiet.
Yeah.
It's kind of they're not encouraging.
They not
people
really
to
playing
stand
loud.
up and move and shake.
I don't think they figured. I think that's something they got to figure out.
No, well, it's in the name. It's the
Listening bar. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just
Listening
like
bar.
the one that they got a listening bar on 55th now. They
So
turned
what
the
you do-
Currency Exchange Cafe into a listening room.
Yeah.
Just sit and listen.
Yeah, like they'll play them records.
See,
And
he
they not
he not
DJing.
even giving you
They're
the
not
whole.
DJing. They're playing the records, and you in there. It's a bar. You sit there and you
He's
drink
not even
whatever.
giving you the whole thing though. You gotta tell him the whole thing. What did you have to do in the?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I don't know how you forgot because you called me.
So
Uh-oh.
I was in there the Friday before Art Expo. So that was
You
maybe
want sick?
about
Go
a
ahead.
month
No,
ago.
you good.
And so I got there and they were like, so I'm supposed to be there from 4 to 9. And essentially all they told me was, so I asked them, I'm like, y'all don't need me to bring no records? They're like, no, we just want you to play the records that are in there.
Yeah, they got some records
They got
behind
a
the
bunch
bar.
of records in there.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. So I get there and it's a chick behind the bar. And she was like, well, did they show you how to brew the tea? I'm like, no.
Brew the tea.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you see? So it's all of
that's
it.
the inner break. That's my inner voice saying what you said. And now and also and so also
Brew the tea.
I had taken an edible about an hour
So
prior
you was
to
in a
that.
different
Oh.
space.
Wheels
Shit.
were up.
Mm.
I wasn't at cruising altitude, but wheels is up and we're gaining altitude.
Yeah, I'm on my way.
And
Lift off.
they show, so she shows me this thing and it's this whole way of tea thing. And so it's very specific and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know what they expect me to do about this. And so it just turned into a thing. I haven't been back to play records or serve any tea.
Yeah.
Serve any tea.
I have, you know what? I'll be quicker to wash dishes before I have to brew somebody and serve tea.
Yeah.
It's just too specific of a thing, and if I'm going into a thing,
So when you serving tea, what do you mean? Like you steep
literally.
you steep in the tea and
I'm doing. They show
you
me how to
barista
do
now.
a matcha. They
Yeah.
add 2 other teas.
Because the bar is literally half of the bar is the turntables.
Right,
And
and
they
then
so
the other half is
where they making this-
Who
Yeah.
the fuck? He got to play the music and make the drinks.
that's why, because when he's back there ain't enough room.
Ain't
for-
no room for no one
There's
else.
one other is it up room for
room.
it's
It's
Nah, I ain't gonna have the DJ make my
It's
tea.
room.
I wouldn't
Play the
expect that.
tunes.
The whole mountain on the screen.
You play the
I'll use
tunes
my
I
shirt.
consume.
It's room.
Oh,
It's room. But needless to say, that's not really my thing.
like this.
I don't have no
Like-
problem with
Oh,
working in
yeah.
service and
Texture.
service industry or anything like that. I've done it before.
We good, right? You
But
can
when
play
they
the
tell me that
Yeah,
come
you
play
right.
records and then
I need to
brewing tea,
restroom to the.
you gotta
straight
turn
back
him
to
off.
the-
Hey,
Turn his
mute his
mic.
camera.
To the
Where's his
left.
mic?
Yeah, do his mic. Do his mic.
Oh yeah,
Mike.
yeah. That might
gotta
be.
do that.
He said it earlier. He already
gotta do number 3.
He already warned us.
You can't say yes.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah, I was
You
like,
muted. You good.
He already
Yeah,
warned
he
us.
got to do the number
You know what I'm
3.
doing?
That's going up.
I dropped the third. Drop the doo-doo. Yup.
He dropping it.
Well, matter of fact, we're going, I don't like to say I'll wrap it up out loud. So y'all
You already
continue.
did.
I guess you just did.
I know.
Hey, hope y'all enjoyed y'all show.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
Shopping. Jay Tizzle.
Yeah.
I was
man.
about to throw a sketchbook at you. I seen you pull out a. Okay, you pulling out.
Yeah, he pulled out the
Nah,
book.
yeah.
Yeah, you did pull out a couple books.
I
I
just
saw that.
gotta keep, gotta make sure I keep some stuff on me, man, at all times, dog. Just like, what did he say? Praying mantis tiger?
Tiger Mantis.
Tiger mantis?
Tiger Mantis. He was going in.
This is what I'm saying. This is why you gotta make sure you got your shit around. Nah, man, this is cool.
Nah, this is dope. Thanks for coming out.
Oh, man.
And pretty much it was, like I said, we had Race on here before, so we talked to
Well,
Race.
not on here, though.
Not on here,
Yeah.
but we talked to Race before.
Yeah, for
He a
sure.
Fly Nerd.
We got
you know
Race
what I
and
mean?
Original Super
But we,
Legend.
Okay.
yeah, but we never had you on here, so it's always a pleasure.
And it's
Talk
open
to
door
you.
policy.
Yeah, well, me and Imani, we gotta talk, man. Cause I think you got beef with me right now, so we gonna have to fight. Talk.
Fight it out, you know
Hey,
what I mean?
man, hey, look, I know I might be.
Shay 2 don't play, man. Don't be playing with
I'm
niggas.
just saying, man. Sometimes you just you gotta work shit out the hard way, man. I'm not about to I ain't about to grow to be an old man without squashing the
Right, you
beef
gotta let
with
it
my-
out.
This man, dude, this is one of my oldest friends, and I ain't talked to that nigga in more than a year, man.
Yeah, that's
So I
real.
don't like that.
Yeah.
We gonna have to talk. Yeah, man, we ain't talked in a minute, dog. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck going on. Grace, though.
What?
You know I ain't talked to Imani in more than a year. he staying in the demeanor. He neutral, and I get it.
Nah, that's right.
Yes. But it's okay. Yeah. And that's good.
Yeah, I ain't in it.
We
My
don't
name
need
is
to be in
Hewitt, and I didn't do
Right.
it.
He's like, I don't know nothing.
You don't need to be in that shit.
Right, ain't nothing to
You
do.
gonna work this shit out. You gonna listen to me, goddamn it.
Yeah, man. So, I love y'all, man. Thank you enough.
Yeah.
Any last words, Ray? Say anything? What's new coming up with Super Sounds besides the records that you already
20
showed
records he
off?
just released.
Yeah, yeah.
I would say that's what we got on the horizon. That I know, man. That's that baby bump off.
Nah, hell nah. You bogus. You bogus.
But it's funny because I was always the resident big guy.
Yeah.
It's switching now, huh?
And now I'm over here, feeling lean.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at my guy, he's over there nursing the little stuff over there.
Little delivery.
Ooh, baby.
I got one on the way.
Love it.
It was just I couldn't help it, man. It was calling me, man. It was calling me.
What's Doofus?
It sounds crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's hard to. It's O-O-S,
Right.
but the O's are two.
Okay.
Tim, he did artwork for he did all that artwork for psychological cheat sheets.
Gotcha.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
Doofus,
Actually, I did work. I did some photography for Vic for that.
in that camp.
Okay.
Got you.
Put out one Doofus record with Uncle Tim, right? It was Uncle Tim the Doofus. Now Doofus is working with it's a do side of Japan.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Okay.
And he really, man, I like Shorty. I'm telling you why I like Shorty.
Why?
Shorty, so, he basically pushed the envelope, bro. Yeah, we gonna do the record. He like, okay, cool. Next thing we know, this motherfucker's like, yeah, I got 15 pre-orders. And he's sending us money. We ain't even posted the shit, put the shit up yet.
Damn.
I was just like, Monty was like, man, this motherfucker's spending me money and shit. All right.
Better get to it.
Yeah. Get to work, motherfucker.
I like the album.
Get to work.
Yeah, nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then he motherfucking got people emailing us. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
And-
they don't want to pay the
The
tax.
dude from Japan got the pre-orders, or the doofus got?
Doofus.
Okay.
Directly.
Doofus is from Virginia,
Okay.
but he lived in Barcelona.
Okay.
He moved out there.
Okay.
But he really from the state. You know what I'm saying? And he been moving around out there.
So black dude?
It's a black dude. Young cat.
Such a
too.
doofus now.
That shit is dope, dude.
No, I mean, no,
we
these
doing that- we doing
motherfuckers got a
that tape
different
with
level of motherfucking fearlessness.
Yeah,
We'll give
'cause-
them that.
First record he ever sent to us, he was like, I want to put this one out. And then I heard it.
He a young cat or?
Yeah, he a young cat. And I told him, Money, I was like, we can't put this on vinyl. And he was like, why? I was like, it's mixed fucking good. Like,
Yeah.
I like the project, but I'm like, this is going to sound like trash on vinyl. But I was
Yeah, I might have to come back over here and come fuck with you, man.
Amazing then, yeah.
It was perfect on tape.
So as a CEO, you make the decisions of what goes on vinyl, what should be taped, what should be manufactured for different artists.
I would say that I'm COO.
COO.
Operations officer.
Yeah, just so nobody
Give you the Drewski.
step on no feet.
Yeah.
But like I was just talking to Taiwan and telling him, talking about just the line.
Yeah, see that?
I'm gonna get to that
sounds
conversation. Yes, sir.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's like,
So you don't press as much
I
as
ain't
you
even
used
got, I
to.
ain't even got the bandwidth
You
to
done, right?
do all this shit right now. 'Cause I gotta
After
go
this.
home and go do this shit.
But you could, if you wanna go.
Cause I gonna say
He took your mic?
You already got a bunch of. Yeah,
Oh,
I think I was saying it's already a bunch of stuff going on.
All right, well, we good then.
No, we good.
Oh,
I still wanted
we
to
done,
answer
right?
that question.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, like I was saying to him, my barometer was, I recently brought back Jungle Brothers, the second album.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? Johnny's World, right? And when I got the copy, I bought it off Amazon, right? Got the copy, you know, it's numbered like the Super Sounds record. You see some of them, I got 2 of 25, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this one was like, man, they made press like 500. I think I had like number 100. Man, that's about anniversary of hip hop.
Yeah.
This shit been sitting 2 years, bro.
That's tough.
And it's the Jungle Brothers. So you're not gonna tell me that they don't got the fans.
Yeah, no, yeah, right.
Jungle Brothers, check it out.
The second,
The one that popped,
yeah,
the one that made, that mattered.
yeah. So why is it after 2 years y'all ain't sold 200? You know what I'm saying? But
That's questionable.
being transparent, some art. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They could sell records, but that Doc and Big Records, we still got copies of that shit. That shit got Oh No on it. That shit got 38 Special on it. It's got all the names on it that should move that shit, but it's not moving. You know what I'm saying?
So is that the artist's fault or your fault? Or the people
not
fault?
buying vinyl like that.
Yeah.
And the fact that we gotta price that shit at like $50, it don't really help.
Right.
No show support.
Yeah, no live support. And then next, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
And no live support.
This is the conversation me and Taiwan had. Like, I know people talk about what the new record is doing. You want to work that motherfucker for a year.
Yeah. He told me the same thing. Yeah.
Like, cats don't do that no more.
Right.
Gotta have a budget for that shit. It needs to be some money.
But the passion, the energy, yeah. Because if it's your album, you're going to work your album. You're not going to tell niggas you made an album for you. Like, you know what I mean?
Will say that my mind be blown at the rate some motherfuckers dropping work. I'm like, you should be dropping more than one fucking record
For a year, right? Yeah.
I mean, it's just a lot. That's a lot. And it fucking weakens the dope a little bit.
Yeah.
And stepped on.
Yeah. You don't give a
and I
motherfucker
can't
rolling that
keep up
shit.
with it, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Big, I love Big, but I've heard people say that. Like,
About his ratio of the way he dropped his music. Yeah.
Work rate
Can't keep up.
work
Yeah.
rate is impressive, but niggas